Hi, everybody. Welcome to Night Out Lounge.
Live from Central Illinois.
I feel like I'm already buffering.
No, Night Out
Nope.
Loud.
All right.
Are we having an earthquake?
I don't know. Somebody did.
I know, yeah, somebody just did, but you're kind of, you look fine to me. You look good. You're not
I,
buffering.
I always do. When you see me do that, I always see if I'm buffering or if I'm lagging. Hey, two shadows.
Welcome in, everybody. I'll get that over with. We've got Lori Ladd, Jason, Two Shadows, Daryl, JoJo, Pops. You did a good show tonight, Pops. We got Christy and Harold. We got Daddy, which is Richard. Got Blazer in the house. Cosmic Joe, Heidi Pop, Heidi Pop. Robin M. If I miss you, I'm so sorry. Country Boy Explorer. Mahala.
They let Blazer out of the rubber room.
Yeah, they let Blazer out of the hospital finally, or either that or he escaped. I'm not sure. Can we trust him? He escaped from the hospital. I don't know. Everybody's starting to talk about food and stuff.
I know already.
I
We
think
weren't even started yet, and they're already talking about it.
I got everybody because I think it was just Pops, Lori, and Blazer. There's Harold. I think I got everybody.
We got Sandman, Jay Fitz.
Welcome in, Jay. Welcome in, Sandman.
Who else? We had Country Boy Explorer.
Yep. Brandon. Yeah, I see Brandon, Tiger Man. Welcome in. All right.
All right. Welcome in, everybody. So in case you missed it last week, we had quite the eventful night with Blazer coming back and being a little loopy, I guess you should say, or whatever. And we all had fun goofing around, talking.
He got a shot of Cody, and then he started talking about the nurses. And I think the chat just had a train wreck last Friday. I don't think I've laughed so much. That was a fun show last Friday. Thank you, Blazer, for making everybody laugh.
See, this looked like I just went and glitched, and then now I'm back to normal.
I think everything. I still think everything's being glitchy. Everybody's having small, weird, glitchy problems.
It's weird. Hey, Amy.
Hi, Amy. Welcome in. There's Carrie. Welcome in, Carrie. Blazer ascended. Blazer did something last Friday. I don't know what was going on, but
I don't know. It was fun. Of course, we usually have such a serious show.
On Friday night we do?
I don't know. I thought that's what we intended, but it never seems to go that way. So we got some creepy acres. We got some weird fact stuff, and we got I got a couple old books to talk about. Ooh. May or may not deal with werewolves.
May or may not.
Yeah, you never know. May or may not.
Welcome in, Matthew. Standing Stones, welcome in. I think everybody's coming in to see what's going on with Blazer tonight.
Yeah, everybody's probably worried about Blazer, see if he shows up.
Blazer, did you disappear?
I don't know. If nothing else, Blazer's good for our views. Let's see what Blazer's doing tonight. Is he there?
Oh my.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I got a little bit of werewolf stuff since we had Barb on last week, and she mentioned a story about Queen Wolf Dog. I think that's how she said it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never heard of a wolf dog. I mean, I've heard of wolf dogs that we have and people interbreed them and stuff. But as far as Dogman reports and werewolves, in the cryptid world, I never heard anybody talk about a wolf dog. So that was all new to me.
It made sense.
Never ever thought of it before.
Yeah, it did make sense. They don't like to be called dog men. And we've also heard the Bigfoot don't like to be called Bigfoot. They like Sasquatch, forest people, or Sabe. They don't like Bigfoot. So it makes sense that a dog man don't like being called a dog man. Wolf dog man. We're getting popcorn.
Popcorn. What?
Everybody's leaving to go get their snacks. I don't know what happened. Everybody's talking about food before the show even started.
I know.
I think Lori Ladd started.
It's weird. It's not like I even put that up on screen or anything.
Hon. Maybe we might have to get that pizza tomorrow night. Doggone it, you got to show that picture. Pop said her pack prefers wolf dog, but my pack says dog man is fine. And if they watch it, Bigfoot will steal your pizza.
Yeah.
Hi, Bud Files. That's true. Blazer started it when he said cookies.
Blazer starts everything.
Now he's screaming monocles.
Oh, monocles.
Ugh. Food. Pizza. Oh, why do all the chats always talk about food?
I don't know. I don't think I have a picture of our monocles, do I?
I thought you've taken one and sent to Blazer about if ever.
I don't think I've ever loaded it up here. I think I just got our local pizza up here.
And you're going to have to next time we get monocles, or find that picture.
Dang it.
Now you want me to have monocles. Let's get monocles.
Monocles.
Charlie is at the country fair eating deep fried who knows what. Oh, that sounds like our girls. Oh, deep fried Oreos, deep fried macaroni and cheese. Oh, wow. They brought in all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Twinkies and.
Yeah, deep fried anything.
Deep fried ice cream.
Do they have deep fried pizza?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I bet they do. Deep fried ice cream, yeah. Deep fried bananas.
Now, I've brought it up before, and I always thought the best thing, and they don't, as far as I know, they don't offer it anywhere, but take a corn dog, pull the stick out of it, put it in like a hot dog wrapper, those little paper cups that they put hot dogs in, you used to get all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the corn dog down the middle, spread it open a little bit, and then put your cheese or your mustard, ketchup, whatever your condiments you want, and have the corn dog actually like a hot dog.
Mm.
Forget the stick. Just get the stick out of there, and you can put melted cheese all over. You can put relish and onions and whatever you want on your corn dog.
Hi, Lisa. When we were in high school back in the old days, when we walked 10 miles and up and down the hill, no, the mall in Peoria had that hot dog shop that had tons of different kinds, different toppings.
Oh, yeah. Well, you go up to Chicago, you can get almost any kind of topping you want on a hot dog.
Blazer said you're not supposed to eat the stick. Hi, Tanya. Welcome in.
Deep fried butter.
Deep fried butter?
That just don't. I mean, it's probably good, but it just don't sound like it'd be good for you. Of course, I don't think a deep fried Oreo or Twinkie would be good for you either, but.
Corny dogs in the Great White North.
Coney dogs.
Corny dogs.
Corn dogs, corny dogs. I don't know. A lot of food out there that you can try, especially around carnivals and fairs, and everybody should be having their county fairs and state fairs going on.
I know ours is middle of July and we're done.
Well, we still got
We can head over to Princeton and check out their fair. That's at the end of August, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we got the Heart of Illinois Fair, we got the Bureau County Fair, we had our fair. You got Springfield that has a state fair. I mean, you can go any. I mean, Bloomington Normal has their fair, and Spring Valley. I mean, every little town, every little county in Illinois around us anyway has fairs and certain, carnivals.
Now they're all talking about carnival food, elephant ears, deep fried cake.
Yeah, mom had to sneak down the carnival. I'm going to go home, go to bed, and she'd be down at the carnival getting elephant ear or whatever.
She would, and a bag of cotton candy. Yeah,
Bag
your
of
mom
cotton
would get
candy.
the elephant ear and a bag of cotton candy. Oh my.
Always.
Can you hear that? If you guys hear anything weird, I am so sorry. The dog is really snoring loud.
Yeah, deep fried pickles.
Oh, deep fried pickles.
Our little place that we go to that gets we get our pizza and stuffed pizza from, they have deep fried green beans, deep fried pickles. Now Culver's has deep fried pickle chips.
Well, next time we go there, we're gonna try them.
Yeah, they got a deep fried pickle chip burger or some kind of sandwich to go along with it if you want it, or you can just get the chips by themselves. And
is it on their menu or a limited edition?
I don't know. I just saw an ad for it on Facebook or something, and so we haven't been to Culver's since we've seen it. So
Heidi just said Culver's pickle chips are good. She must have tried them already.
All right,
nice.
They should deep fry cheese curds.
They do. Culver's does.
Culver's has deep fried cheese curds.
Yeah, that's what they got. They got the deep fried cheese curds. Smoked turkey legs. Looks like cake. I already get the whole chat wanting food. Well, that's the end of the show. We're gonna go upstairs and eat something. Oh, there's
our best taco pizza that we like, and it comes from the same place we get the stuffed pizza.
Taco pizza. Yeah, everybody has to get pizza tomorrow night. Sounds good. We haven't gotten a stuffed pizza for a while. Deep fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, I saw that. Where was it? I don't know. I saw where if you do a BLT, do deep fried green tomatoes instead of the regular tomatoes on your sandwich.
Ooh. That sounds good.
Deep fry his pinky finger. Since he has no feeling.
Taco spaghetti.
Taco spaghetti. I've never heard of that.
That would be interesting. Just put some taco sauce in the taco spice in the sauce. That would be different.
I mean, you usually get salad sometimes when you do the family style for spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. That looks like a grilled cheese sandwich.
What? What does?
Christy says it's good. Taco spaghetti. Candied bacon. Oh my gosh. No. What's next? Chocolate covered bacon?
What's up, Cosmic Joe? I see you typing.
I keep forgetting that I am here.
We missed something?
Yeah, I see Joe. Yeah, I see Cosmic Joe.
I just thought maybe you said something and I missed it.
Bacon jam.
Bacon jam.
Bacon jam.
Wow. Can't go wrong with bacon, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, Lori had pizza this week and a brownie
Well, we
pizza.
were going to have it tonight, but I thought, nah, I don't know if I'm ready for pizza. My stomach's been queasy here lately. So we had toasted cheese or grilled cheeses. Growing up, my mom and them call them toasted cheeses.
Toasted cheeses. I've heard of both.
But everybody else says grilled cheeses.
Did they put them in the oven though? Because some people did them in the oven. They were toasted cheeses.
Nope, mom was on the skillet just like we do it, but she
Okay.
called them toasted cheeses. I don't know.
JoJo said they call them toasted sandwiches. Are you pregnant, Carol? Christy wants to know.
My alien baby. Never know.
I don't want to start all over raising a kid.
Hi, Tanya.
No alien babies around here. We raised enough kids.
Yeah. Now, wouldn't you want a baby werewolf or a baby dog man?
Well, you weren't talking about a pet. You were kind of talking about a baby. I'm not starting all over again in my 60s.
Well,
Yeah, we're enjoying grandchildren. They go back home. I mean, they're fun to play with and be with, and then they can go back home.
pizza and an order of meatballs.
Robin had pizza on Monday. Pizza with meatballs.
We're probably going to have it tomorrow night. Rabid beavers attacked people.
I saw somewhere up there, Pop said something about he does his bacon with cinnamon on it or something.
Oh yeah, it's like almost like candied bacon.
Standing Stone says my grandkids live with us. Well, most of ours is around here, but we got 2 of them across the border up there close to Blazer. We should have Blazer cross the border and take selfies with them and say, "Hey, I visited your grandkids."
Yeah. Well, we spent what 20 minutes talking about food already.
20 minutes worth of food.
Here's the last pizza. That's just a sausage and mushroom pizza. I think it has mushrooms on it. I know it has sausage for sure.
And of course, just
all right, we'll go back to that real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a stuffed pizza tomorrow night. It's been a while since we've gotten one. Thanks, Carol.
There you go.
Bacon jam is good. Barbecue sauce and bourbon and maple syrup. Blazer, stay away from that bourbon. Look what happened last week. That is called a stuffed pizza. That they make a thick crust and then they fill it and then they put a thin layer of crust on top and then sauce and cheese, and it's just marvelous. One piece gets me going. You can barely eat 2.
Now, when Italian Joe, and that's his nickname, when Joe first opened the Italian Villa, which this is the restaurant that we get our pizza from, when he first opened it up, it was called Priazzo, which he said meant pizza pie or stuffed pizza. Then we've had 3 or 4 other people that have continued the restaurant on.
Yeah, this is like what, the 3rd owner?
Yeah, so originally it was called Priazzo. Now everybody just calls it stuffed pizza.
Priazzo or pizza pie.
So I don't know if that's a legitimate Italian word that he used, or yeah, I mean he could have made it up as far as I would have known as growing up as a kid.
So they just call it a stuffed pizza because it is just filled.
You can get any ingredient you want in it, and they throw the cheese and the sauce in there, and then they put a layer of crust, and then they put that thick layer of sauce on top, and it's just marvelous.
Yeah, and the crust is like a breadstick.
Yeah.
Real thick. Try pizza on pineapple. Way better.
Instead of pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
You probably, you grill pineapple and it turns out to be kind of like that. So you could probably make a pineapple crust, throw some toppings on it, you'd be all set.
I got the munchies bad. What did they call that pizza again? Stuffed. Stuffed. Stuffed.
It's basically Chicago style, but it's a little bit different for us down here.
It's like a pie. You know, you put a top layer of crust on, and it's just filled with pizza instead.
But pizza. It was called Priazzo, is what Joe originally called it. Pizza Joe, Italian Joe, however you want to say him. That's how we call them. Pineapple beer.
Never heard of it. Pineapple beer?
Speaking of pineapple, I did see a recipe for marinade where you take a plastic freezer bag and you put your whatever choice of beef, your steak or whatever in there. It could be any grade steak you want, and you pour one of them little cans of pineapple juice in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you take the same amount of Worcestershire sauce and you pour it in there.
Wow.
And you let that marinate for 10 to 15 minutes. Any longer than that, and it says it starts breaking down the meat too much. But
wow.
they said you could take a pour cut of steak or beef, and it'll end up tasting like a world famous steak from one of those famous steak places.
That sounds good.
10 minutes, pineapple juice and Worcester.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. So we're going to have to try that sometime. I'm going to try that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got some ribs in the freezer. Would it work for ribs?
I don't know. They were always talking about, Steak and Shake.
Oh, Steak and Shake.
You know, Steak and Shake was originated in Illinois.
I think the one down by the East Peoria.
Actually, the very first one was in Normal, Illinois, I believe.
Oh.
The very original first. It wasn't Steak and Shake at first.
Italian dressing overnight. Side of melted butter.
Oh, yeah. That Celtic butter. They say you put that in a skillet if you're going to pan fry your steak, or they say that's just marvelous.
Now you're hyperventilating.
Got too hot?
I guess. She's down there going. She's probably going to want to go up, and she's going to bark, then she's got to come down. Bahama Mama?
Bahama Mama.
Bahama Mama.
Thought Bahama Mama was a drink.
Are we going to get off of food?
I don't know. Should we start something? What do you want to start?
Change the subject.
Anything outside?
There was a raccoon for a little bit. He's gone. There was a possum. He's gone. All the bread is already gone. And it looks like there's just a little bit of Blazer's cat food on the bottom. So I don't know what they're going to do the rest of the night. Goodness sakes.
I guess they're going to starve.
Can't keep feeding the cat food. We won't have any left. All right. For culinary purposes only.
Culinary purposes only.
A turtle fruity drink.
What?
The weather is hotter than hail.
Hell yes.
Hey, Barbara, welcome in.
Be more?
Yep, it's Barbara.
So how about this guy? Did we show this guy last week?
No.
So this is from Creepy Acres. So you can go find them on YouTube, Facebook. They have these posts, so you can find your own if you'd like to read them or keep up with them on the because they post them every day almost. Well, when there was an occurrence on that day. So like it says today in Creepy History, August 4th, 1577.
It's got a snout.
He does have a snout. Got a lot of colors going on behind him. Whatever that's all about. So it says 9:30 a.m. Suffolk, England. Despite the raging thunderstorm, the citizens of Bungay, Suffolk, England, gathered at St. Mary's Church for Sunday services. Just as the minister reaches his sermon's second lesson, there was a huge clap of thunder, and the church's door explode open. The storm rushes in, accompanied by a massive, furry-eyed, shaggy black dog. It terrorizes the congregation before it kills a man, 40, and a boy, 15, as they are kneeling in prayer. It mauls another man before charging back into the storm. Lightning strikes the church steeple, causing it, some say, just the spire, to collapse and crash through the church's roof. Moments later, the beast appears at the Holy Trinity Church located in Blytheborough, where it kills 3 more people while others receive mysterious burns. It exits the north door and disappears into the storm. After claw marks are found scorched into the Holy Trinity Church's door, many fear the beast to be the devil itself. The marks are still visible today. So there you go, August 4th, 1577.
Welcome in, Carl. Carl.
Maybe that's why it has all those colors behind it, like the storm, or maybe because it was part spiritual, part dimensional. They'll be able to ride in and out through the storm, but obviously it was physical enough to leave scratch marks and kill people.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird one.
Right. Dum dum dum. That called for a screaming goat.
This one looks cute.
Oh, look at those eyes.
Look at that face. How can you not like that face?
Yeah, he's probably one of the worst rabid animals out there, right?
He looks like what was a little Scotty that has a little mustache. He looks like a
Scottish Terrier.
The little dog.
Oh my gosh, he is cute. He's got cute eyes.
Let's see how he
Yeah, see how mean he actually is.
So this is August 1741. Man, we're going way back on these. August 10th. Georg, I'm gonna say Georg Wilhelm Steller, a German naturalist traveling aboard the Russian exploratory ship St. Peter, serves as the ship's scientist and physician under the legendary explorer Vitus Bering. Now, is he not how you got the Bering Strait? Was named after him?
Maybe.
All right, Vitus Bering. As the ship sails through the Gulf of Alaska, near the Chemagen Islands, Steller spots a strange creature in the water. The unknown beast measures 5 feet long, has a dog's head with erect ears, big eyes, drooping whiskers, and a thick, round body that tapers to a shark-like tail. So he's like a dog with fur, but looks like has a shark body.
And almost kind of like a walrus.
It's a dog shark, dogfish. I don't know. It's covered in thick hair that is gray on the back, but red-white on the belly.
Red and white on the belly.
Doesn't show that in the picture, but that's what the description says. It has no paws and seemingly no fins. No paws or no fins, but he has a tail. But still shows off for the ship's crew by playfully juggling a stalk of seaweed. So how's he juggling a stalk of seaweed if he doesn't have any arms or fins or... Stellar seeing the display names it Stellar Sea Ape, as a playful behavior reminds him of a trained monkey. The crew watches the creature for 2 hours. At one point, it swims within 16 feet of the ship. With that, Stellar decides to collect the animal for study. He shoots at the creature but misses. The animal disappears under the waves but soon returns, only for Stellar to shoot at it again. This time when it vanishes, it does not return, remains identified to this day. Now, why would you shoot at it? Poor little guys out there, you watch it for 2 hours and it was juggling for you and it has a face like that. Why would you shoot something that nice looking?
Poor little thing. Welcome in, Phyllis.
Hi, Phyllis.
Welcome in, Carl. What's up?
Carl.
I think the dog wants to go upstairs.
All right. So there you go. 1741, August 10th. All right, so we're at, what are we today? August 14th.
Almost halfway through August already.
So here's August 15th of 1814. Port Gordon, Bucky, Scotland. George Mackenzie, the local schoolmaster, interviews two fishermen, Thomas Johnson and William Gordon, after they claim to have encountered a merman while fishing about a quarter mile just off the shore near Portagon. Now, you don't usually hear about mermen. You usually hear about mermaids. That's kind of weird. That's a new one. The very next day, Mackenzie sends this account to Caledonia Mercury, a newspaper published in Edinburgh, Scotland, that ran from 1720 to 1867. In their story, the fisherman describes a swarthy entity with small eyes, flat nose, a large, wide mouth, long arms. They spotted the creature in the water near their boat. After 15 seconds, the merman dove under the water, only to resurface further away. It was now joined by a second, smaller merbeing, which the two men assumed to be female. Its skin was fairer than the first and appeared to have breasts. Terrified, the fishermen raced ashore while two merpeople simply watched. This should be only one of several merbeing sightings that take place in Scotland's west coast that summer. So there you go, 1814. August 15th. So that's all the new Creepy Acres. So which one was your guys' favorite? I kind of like they call it a sea ape or whatever, but it looks like a dogfish, furry little friendly dog face.
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? Welcome in, PNW.
Hey, P&W.
And I pet that dog. Dogfish.
Yeah, I think the cute dog wins. You got the black dog that kills people, rides the storm. You got the weirdo that I don't know. I think the cute little dog guy wins.
I like the schnauzer.
Yeah, Schnauzer. That's what I was thinking of.
Schnauzer.
That is it. Take a poll.
Sea dog. Splash.
I don't even remember what they were now.
I want to pet that werewolf.
Got that werewolf.
Polly. Welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while.
What did we have? We had the
Hi, Polly.
Polly going to bed.
No, Polly just came in.
Oh, I thought you said good night.
Good morning, actually, for Polly.
Let's see. We had
Oh, huge hugs back.
we had the black dog that rode in the storm. We had the sea ape, or what we called the sea dog, or whatever you want to call them. Then we had the mer dude, the merman.
I knew it.
Or you didn't bring her back down with you?
I thought she just wanted upstairs. She can't go outside right now. There is a coon out there.
There is right now?
Yeah, there is a coon out there, so I'm not letting her out now. We got a coon in the backyard, dog. Unless she sees it and that's what she's barking at.
It just ran away. I just brought it up to look at it.
She's probably hearing her bark. She's probably up there at the window and she's barking at the coon.
Oh.
Instead of StreamYard technical difficulties, it's our dog tonight. Normally she's sound asleep during the whole show.
So you think she's bark? Oh, it's back.
I'm going to have to bring her back downstairs.
He's got long legs. Oh, there's more than one.
Oh, maybe the two babies that are still hanging out here.
Looks
I think
like
they're getting wet going through the bean field. I think that's why they're sopping wet.
They look like they got really long legs.
The guy's a short, the short stubby tail. Yeah, I think those are they're starting to get bigger. Boy, that one is wet. Poor little thing. I'm going to have to get the dog and bring her down. All we're going to hear is barking.
She went down here. She barking at the coons.
I don't know yet.
So yeah, we normally have foxes, raccoons. We haven't had a lot of rabbits this year. We've seen a few earlier in the spring, but here lately we haven't seen any rabbits at all in our yard. Of course, we got possums, the raccoon, the foxes, a lot of cats running around, it seems like. A lot of orbs. Of course now you got the bugs flying around. So every once in a while, a bug will flash in front of the camera, but when it gets farther away, you can tell it's a bug. But we still got the orbs that are flying around. Let's see what he looks like a little close. Yeah, he's look at it. Look at his fur. He's all wet.
Poor little guy.
Looks like he combed his fur backwards. You know how you get out of the shower and comb your hair back?
I bet that bean field's sopping wet.
Oh, yeah, it rained good.
It's kind of like shaking a tree.
Hi, Misanthropic.
It's Poncho.
Hi,
Hi,
Kyle.
Poncho.
Kyle, you made the show. I haven't. Usually, I get a thing after the show that you missed it. Glad to see you here. Hey, Daryl.
Himalayan in the road.
Uh-oh, look at that.
Got a fight going on.
I hope they're siblings.
They're starting to fight over Blazer's cat food.
Poor guy.
There's not that much left. That bowl was full. It had bread and cat food.
Hey, werewolf.
Hi, werewolf. Welcome in.
You're just in time. We may or may not be talking about werewolves later.
Man, he is sopping wet. Poor guy. Got to clean out their water bowls tomorrow.
Yeah, I noticed the bowl that we cleaned out, the big bowl, it's all green. So it's
already,
it's got to be something in that rain's turning that green right away.
I think there is something more in the rain because we're getting weird colors in our bird baths, and we got a few different bird baths. Then these guys get dirty because of all the raccoon feet. They get in there and wash their hands, and the next morning is just gross.
Cosmic Joe says his interdimensional chicken was taken out by a bald eagle. Interdimensional chicken.
Well, now chickens are interdimensional.
Wow. I don't think we have a chicken man cryptid. We have
Not
a
yet.
dog man. We have
Rooster man.
rooster man, frog man,
Hen woman.
hen woman, henpecked. How'd you like to be henpecked by a cryptid that's a hen?
How dare you call me a chicken woman? I'm a hen woman. Oh, we're gonna have another fight.
I don't know. He's sneaking around. Look at him. He's trying to sneak up.
He's sitting on his butt.
He says, "You won't let me have any. Come on, man."
What, do I have to have two separate bowls out there for everybody? He's just sitting there kind of like a bear, too. Like, all right, I'll just sit here and wait.
I think I'd rather see him. Oh, he's going to sneak back over there. He's going to try. He just had to tip his hand in the water. Oh, he's got a little white spot or a scar on his back end. He must have got beat up.
Poor little thing.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Oh.
Now who's going to win?
See,
Look at that. He just walked right up and just knocked the other guy right out.
He's a bigger coon. His tail's longer. And normally I'm watching all the cameras and I can see on the second, oh yeah, that guy's leave, man. Poor little guy. Yeah, I'm watching him on the driveway camera going back and forth and leaving. Like, doggone it, there's the big bully.
He don't look as wet. His fur don't look as wet.
He must have came from the other direction. Oh, wait a minute. I saw 2 in the...
So there's 3.
Let me see if I still see...
The 2 original one and this guy showed up.
We do have 4 because there's still one in the driveway that had not even up.
Oh, really? So
those 2, I think, are the
babies.
Then we got one. Goodness sakes, we got a lot of raccoons this year.
See, I don't think they hunt raccoons and stuff for the pelts anymore. When I was growing up in high school and before that, you used to hunt pelts all the time and turn them in for money. The trader would come in down at the local.
Whoa!
What are them 2 fighting for?
Yeah. Oh, they're booking. They're heading towards the truck.
So the trader would come in his old truck with the big wood. He had a homemade wood camper looking thing on the back where he kept all the pelts, and he'd come in and he'd give you cash money for any pelts that you turned in, and he would sit there and grade them, tell you what he thought how good they were, or if it was big, or if it had scars, or where the bullet hole or whatever it was. And
there's that 3 coons book into the cornfield. We're probably gonna have a fight in the cornfield somewhere. And then the skunk was trying to come up, and he changed his mind. He turned around, he booked away.
so he'd buy coon, skunk, rabbit.
I just don't think people.
I don't think we ever turned any squirrel pelts in, but
yeah, I don't think people trap as much as they did years
oh,
ago.
they don't. They quit doing it. It just started costing more, and you weren't getting anything for the fur, especially when the green initiative came, where people were upset that they were making clothes out of animal furs, or throwing paint and all that on everybody's coats, and they just dropped it. Nobody wanted it anymore.
Unless you want a Daniel Boone hat.
I think you can still go places and turn in pelts, but not around here.
Nah, Pop said Peta put a stop to trapping. Yeah, he's going to get the rest of the cat food.
Is that one of the babies? The other ones took off?
Off the rest, that's the big guy, because the rest went.
Well, that's the big guy.
The rest.
I still see people lurking around the bushes back here.
Yeah, 3 of them went flying into the field after each other.
There was just somebody right behind that bush right there. See him?
Oh, yeah. Goodness sakes, how many do we have then? So I'm watching behind the barn.
Coming this way now.
I see him in the second driveway, whoever that was.
Oh, he's taking off.
Now we're going to have a fight in the driveway?
I don't know. Let's
they're turning around. Here comes both of them.
They're coming back?
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to go on to something else that has to do with raccoons.
And then one turned around. So one went in and one's heading to the truck now.
Well, at least they're taking turns now.
Yeah.
I guess.
Grumpies.
Yeah, he's watching everybody back there to see if they sneak up. He's hunting with his paws to see if he can find anything. He keeps looking around.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
The cryptid hunteress. And Dwarfy. When did Dwarfy get in chat?
Hey, Dwarf.
Dwarf alert. Jessica.
All right, so I'll keep this handy in case we have a gang fight of coons or something.
Antifa coons.
And I'll bring up, I think I got it. I'm pretty sure.
They're probably still out in the corn or the bean field somewhere.
I'm pretty sure that I saved it. Let's see. Where did I save it as?
I don't know.
I know.
Dwarf. Lori French toast sticks.
So our raccoons are usually this first guy. So we have the standard, and it says Eastern, but ours looks like the very first one, and we're Midwest or Central Illinois.
Black.
But supposedly, depending on where you're at in the country, or I don't know, maybe even another country. I don't know if other countries have raccoons or not, but you got cinnamon black. 2 different white ones, an albino and a leucistic, a blonde gray, a brown.
Oh, cinnamon one looks cute.
It does.
Wow.
So the brown one's cute too.
I think the black one looks cute. They're all cute. Mother of the homeland, welcome in.
This isn't the night that we usually have people on, so
Yep, sorry, we don't have open link on our show. That gets dangerous. But welcome in anyway.
we'd let Blazer come up, but we don't know if he's on medication or not, so
Blazer.
that might be a fun show.
Oh, Robin says they have cinnamon ones.
What?
Yeah.
That's not fair. Of course, you know, just like squirrels, we're used to the gray or brown squirrel, and you go up to Michigan or wherever, and you got black squirrels.
Yeah.
There has been reports of albino squirrels. It's like albino. We have some albino deer that have been around here in Illinois, central Illinois. People have been taking pictures of. But as far as raccoons, we only get the standard robber mask looking guy,
AKA Eastern.
You don't really see the shading on the face on the blonde one or the white ones.
Right.
The brown one, you can see it a little bit. The cinnamon one, you can see a little bit of it, but nothing like the standard or. So there you go. I found this week, and I thought I was going to bring it up just to have fun with it. And then here we have raccoons show up tonight. So I thought, okay, this is a good time to bring it up.
They must be out of cat food. Everybody's kind of wandering off. Oh,
all right. Well, we got stuff to share and talk about anyway.
I gave him a big bowl. My goodness.
If we have the Antifa coon show up and start brawling, we'll bring them up.
Well, we still have that mom that still has 4 little babies. So that, last time they were here was a couple nights ago. So there's still 4 babies with their mom.
So there's not going to be anything out there for them then.
Well, sorry.
Man, living on the streets, looking for food and.
And they have
where we got
hamburger buns and cat food. I think that's good enough.
Only if everybody gets some. Show up late to the game, I guess you're out of luck.
How many states start with an I?
Illinois, Iowa, Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho.
Indiana.
California.
California. Who asked that?
Who was that asked?
I don't know.
Michigan Sandman.
Let's see. Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Idaho.
Nevada.
So I guess 4. So I have at least one news article. I have some Bible related stuff.
Ooh.
Or we got some weird stuff. What would you like to talk about?
You got weird or the Bible? Those are our 2 choices.
I got like 1 or 2 news articles. I got some stuff on the Bible, then I got a bunch of weird.
All right, so we got news articles, Bible stuff, or weird. What do you guys want first? Barb!
Well, we're going to do all of it. Hey, Barb.
Barb. I keep sounding like her Bigfoot going, Barb.
We're going to try to get to all of it, but
welcome in, Barb. I see a weird, another weird. I see hi, Barb. Lori says all of it. Werewolf says weird. Michigan says Barb. You're on Facebook. What?
I don't know. I think they're just saying hi to Barb. All right.
Love you guys. Weird.
I think weird wins. So
Yeah, I think weird is winning.
We'll do some weird first.
Dealer's choice.
Or should I just ignore everybody and do Bible?
That'd be funny. Full of Bible anyway.
I asked you, but I don't really care. No, here we'll do some weird. So, birds use special proteins in their eyes to see the Earth's magnetic field and navigate. So they always talked about, do birds have radar? Do they have that? I mean, like eagles, do they have that great eyesight where they can just see where they're going? But now it turns out that their eyes actually show the magnetic field. And I don't know if it shows ley lines or if it just shows different frequencies or what, but that's how they navigate. So wouldn't that be cool to have eyes that you could see the magnetic field and navigate that way, plus see everything or in your surroundings? So there you go.
Interesting. That's weird.
Is that weird?
That's weird. Maybe it shows Google Maps, Dwarf's asking. Shimano Go Fish.
So here's the same kind of deal, but with your nose smelling. Your cat can smell what you cannot. Scientists is only beginning to understand what they already know. So not only do we always say cats can see, in the different frequencies or light spectrum that we can, but now they also have different smell. They can smell different than we do. They're sniffers, evidently, just like dogs have certain things in them that can sense stuff that we can't.
That cat looks purple.
Purpley. Look how big he is compared to the human.
The cat's purpley.
That's a giant cat. So speaking of smell, somebody needs to tell me if they have this. Let's see. Let me get this sized up right. So how many of you can see colors of music or smell colors? Can you smell colors?
Mm-mm.
So synesthesia is a mental condition in which people see the colors of music and smell colors.
Whoa. I would love to. That would be interesting.
So, and this carries on not only with your eyesight where you see colors of music, but a lot of times when people think back and remember a date, they see numbers or they see colors or they hear music. So it's like your brain is taking your senses and mixing them together. So there's a lot of videos out there where people have this. And I don't know if it's really a disorder. They don't say it's really a disorder. It's just that your brain's wired different.
Dwarf said only when he's tripping.
Tripping, yeah. I bet you do see colors or hear music and colors, especially acid.
Amy says she see colors, but she said it was because she was autistic, though.
Well, they kind of always thought that it was autistic but now it just seems like your wires get your senses or your get crossed. So it's nothing. I mean, you live out a normal life. There's nothing really wrong with it. You just sense things different than other people. Same thing when you close your eyes. Some people see colors. Some people see other stuff when they close their eyes, and some people just see dark. They don't see anything at all. But I saw a video the other day of a girl that can be blindfolded or close her eyes, covered up. And if you get out a bag of M&Ms or whatever, she can tell you what color she just tasted or ate. She says she sees color when she tastes. So she knows what colors or whatever it is that she's eating. That's one of her senses. Not only does she have the normal taste, but she also sees colors. So that's right along the same. There's like 80 different types of synesthesia. So it's not just smell colors or
Wow.
see colors of music. There's a whole where all your senses touches and feels, and some people hear a word and they'll see a color, or some people will fall in love, but then they see colors or they see objects or something, so it marks it in their mind when they have this special emotion or whatever, that they see a color or an object or a number. Or there's just so many different kinds. They can't just narrow it down to a couple categories. There's like 80 different. They said 80 plus actually.
You got everybody sniffing the screen. They said Blazer's icon smells like blueberry cereal.
Snitch and scratch, scratch and sniff. You taste funny. Is that what they said to the clowns? You taste funny. So there you go. I've never heard of that word before, but I had heard of people seeing the colors of music before.
That would be neat. Maybe in heaven we see the colors and smell the colors.
But there's an artist on TikTok that'll listen to Pink Floyd, listen to classical music, any kind of music, and she'll paint what colors. She'll paint out a painting of what colors during the song that she sees.
That's cool.
Freshly baked bread. That's what werewolves are?
No, I said werewolf's icon smells like a freshly baked bread.
Oh. We mentioned this, or I think maybe we just talked about it privately. I don't know if we mentioned it on the show. I thought we did, but you never know. I get forgetful. So a lot of people are talking about fires, brush fires, wildfires. But did you know there's a bird, the black kite, along with the whistling kite and brown falcon, are known as firehawks? Their remarkable behavior is deliberately spreading wildfires.
Whoa.
They pick up smoldering sticks in their beaks or talons and drop them in unburned areas to flush out their prey, like insects and small animals fleeing the flames. Intentionally fire spreading has long been documented in the indigenous Australian knowledge, has been confirmed in modern scientific studies through definitive video evidence remains elusive. So there you go. You have birds that are smart enough and learn behavior where they know they can pick up a stick or something that's on fire and move it to a new area, start their fire so they can hunt prey.
Dwarf called it a pyrohawk.
A pyrohawk, yeah. Firebird. We always talked about firebirds, the emblem on a car,
Right.
or a dragon or whatever breathes fire, but this takes it to a whole new level, huh?
Chili cheese or regular Fritos?
What?
That's what Blazer said. Chili cheese or regular Fritos. I'm not sure what's on his mind. I guess snacks.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Speaking of fries, everybody's going back to food again.
Robin's talking about taking the smart meter off her house because that's been speculated whether that causes fires.
Are we allowed to take our smart meters off and go
You
back to
like you have to fill out a form and all this stuff to go back, and there's like a fee. I think there's a fee possibly that you have to switch back to the old meter, and then you're not sure if the old meter is really an old meter or the Brown sound. Yeah, I like Van Halen. Eddie's Brown sound. Now, this one, I have talked about this one for almost 2 years now, or speculated about it for 2 years, on and off. We always talk about Dyson goggles.
Mm-hmm. And the contacts.
So I have been saying for at least over a year, I know, possibly close to 2, that they're going to come out with goggles that are going to use the technology to see into other spectrums of light or dimensions. And this supposedly these goggles are coming out that you'll let you see more than a light spectrum a normal human will be able to see. So you're going to be able to, I don't know if it's AI or if it's computer or app on your phone or how it's going to work, but supposedly you can adjust it so you can see different, whether it's infrared or into the different spectrums. $50, an additional $5 a month.
Huh.
Really? So yeah, you can buy the sign-in goggles. I don't think they've released the contacts out yet, but they were basically the same things as the sign-in goggles, but they were tinted contacts. Last I knew, people were seeing weird stuff and having problems with them, so they haven't brought them to market yet. But supposedly these glasses or goggles, if you want to call them, they look like sunglasses to me, going to be able to see in the infrared and other spectrums eventually. So there you go.
I'll just watch my cameras for the infrared.
So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're out in the field somewhere walking around or wanting to see stuff, maybe those goggles or glasses might come in handy. I don't know. Kind of weird, huh?
Everything's weird.
Everything's weird.
Everything is getting weird.
Let's see. What else should we talk about? Here's one that you might not be happy about. Could be happy about it. Could be a good thing. Could be a bad thing. We always talk about synthetic lab stuff and, the synthetic meats and all that stuff that they're doing in the labs.
Ew. Yeah.
Well, Japan created the first lab-grown blood that works for everybody and lasts for years.
Ew.
So I don't know what's in the blood or how the process is done, but supposedly this will work on any blood type. So now if people don't donate enough for emergency or whatever surgery, whatever the case is, that they'll have this lab grown blood on hand so they can use it whenever they want. So I don't know if you have to tell them I don't want lab blood if I need a transfusion or a surgery or whatever, or you have to sign a form at the hospital saying I don't want this, I do want this.
I wouldn't want that stuff in me. I wouldn't trust that.
But if you're in surgery and you're out, you're not going to know. How are you going to know?
I know. Well, yeah, what are they putting into us now? We're getting poisoned and killed every single direction. Now they got fake blood they want to put in us. Nope, 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 nope. Nope,
So I don't know.
nope.
I mean,
I'd rather meet my creator than have that inside me.
I agree, but not everybody's awake or not everybody's at that point. So a lot of people might see this as a good thing. And I guess on face value, yeah, it's a good thing that people will get the blood they need in an emergency or a case they need it. If they don't have enough in the bank or your hospital doesn't have your blood type right on hand or it's not a match, for your RH factor or whatever, but now they'll have one that works with everybody. But I'd be cautious, just like everything else that's grown in a lab. You never know.
Mahala said the vampires will starve now.
Ha! I don't know. They should have done a taste test or for vampires to see if they like it or not, or if it's.
Nothing surprises me that comes out these days.
I don't know. Who knows?
That's a no for me. No.
Then will it change your blood type once you have this injected in it? Will you no longer be your O, your AB negative, whatever your blood type is? Will this eventually change your blood type to something totally different?
How long have they tested this before they have it on the market? Come on.
I don't know anything about it other than what you see in the little bit I read. It doesn't really say.
A few years later, they go, "Oops, we're sorry. We should not have put that on the market."
So this is in Japan, obviously. So eventually it's going to end up in the U.S. I'm sure the Red Cross or whoever does the blood will adopt it. And
well, my theory is when they come out with stuff like that, they've been using it for a while. They're just now releasing it.
Yeah, they might have been pumping it. They might have been pumping it in people for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So it says the artificial blood that requires no refrigeration or blood type matching. So you don't even have to do anything. You just substitute it for in your blood transfusion or however you're using it. So it says the team extracts hemoglobin, the oxygen carrying protein inside the red blood cells from expired donors' blood. So now it's from corpses that they're getting it, because we always talked about that too. When you're getting bombed and they drain your blood, where does that blood go?
Yeah. Where does that blood go?
For years. Where does that blood go?
Yeah. Where's all that blood go the morticians are collecting? We do not know.
The hemoglobin is then sealed inside a protective shell to create artificial red blood cells. So they have a whole process, I guess, where they can isolate the blood that they need and they can put it in fake blood, and there you go. So be on the lookout. So if you have to have a surgery and you have to have blood on hand for you, or what are you laughing at?
Blazer asked, does it come in pumpkin spice?
Pumpkin spice?
It's this time of year that everything is pumpkin spice.
That's right. It does.
Pumpkin spice Vienna sausages, pumpkin spice bologna.
So, speaking of that, if you're a vampire...
Fox. There's no food, sorry.
Is a fox out there?
Yeah, but he's scarfing down just a little bit. He's probably not going to stay, though. Yeah, he's gone. Gone.
Wow.
Well, the raccoons ate everything, darn it.
Yeah. So if you're a vampire, do you have, would you want the blood from somebody that's eats junk food all the time, or they just had, say, a spaghetti dinner? Does that affect your blood? Do they not like the taste of your blood because of what you've ate? Or
hey, Claudette, welcome in.
Would you taste funny if you were all you did is ate Skittles and potato chips all day? Or if you just had a great steak dinner, or Italian dinner, or Greek?
Do vampires like pumpkin spice?
I don't know. Do they?
Now I got everybody talking about pumpkin spice.
What do vampires do on their day off? Do they sit back and drink lattes and cold coffees, or go to Starbucks, or what do they do?
Dwarf says I do love garlic.
What do vampires do in their off time when they're not hunting victims? Besides sleep in their coffin, supposedly they sleep in their coffin, but they go out and they get a cup of coffee, they get a latte, do they go get a Danish? They go out and get a rare steak. Can they eat a rare steak? Get
You just made me think about pumpkin spice donuts. They'll be coming out in the stores here soon.
like first, ask questions later.
Yeah, drink Bloody Marys.
Well, I mean, do they stereotype their victims? Like, oh, well, I know this guy. He don't look very tasty. He probably has bad blood.
I don't like these downloads when they happen nonstop. Can you imagine what
the young athletic gym people? They like their blood compared to somebody like me that sits on the recliner and drinks soda and eat potato chips and Cheetos all day? Or
can you imagine the first Bloody Mary and why they called it Bloody Mary? Vampires probably started it.
Geralt, the vamps are with the aliens at Walmart. Yeah, I know. We need to go to Walmart and take a survey. If you were a vampire, what kind of blood would you like? Would you like your victim to be athletic, healthy, working out in the gym, eating right, or would you like everyday Joe Smo? What would you think if somebody was standing outside of Walmart and took a survey like that? What would you think walking up and saying, would you mind taking a survey today?
Well, you need to ask them if they're a vampire first.
Oh, look at that. Amy says there's a tell people how to find vampires in their city. Yeah, Aquarius Rising.
Walmart of vamps and aliens. Question number 1, are you a vampire? Question number 2, are you an alien? Question number 3, are you a reptilian alien?
Of course, if you take a survey, you might piss a real werewolf, vampire, alien off, and they might hunt you down after that.
Follow you home.
This guy's asking too many questions. Yeah, are you a vampire? Are you a vampire? You a werewolf? You consider yourself have alien tendencies? Yeah, vampire societies in New Orleans. But the last I heard was Ohio has the biggest vampire cult in the whole United States. Now you can speculate where in Ohio, whether it's Cleveland or some other big city, but supposedly they got a bigger one than they have in California, out in LA or whatever, or New York. New York has a pretty big vampire underworld. Chicago has, I mean, every major city probably has it. Probably even out here in the suburbs there's probably some. But Ohio seems to have the largest. That's what I've heard. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who has the largest vampire cult? Where's the biggest vampire following in the U.S.?
Robin said you can tell at Walmart by the pajama bottom designs.
Oh.
Or the spandex.
What do they have? What kind of designs do vampires have on their pajama bottoms? New Orleans. New Orleans has a big vampire scene.
I don't know if vampires are running the country, but I know reptilians are.
Now,
Lizzie,
the only thing I don't know,
Lizzie people.
I know Ohio and New York and Chicago, LA, they all have cults of people that try to live the lifestyle of a vampire, drinking blood. Now they're drinking safe blood, not necessarily anybody else's blood. They're drinking what they consider safe blood. So they might not be true vampires, but they follow that lifestyle of being goth or vampire. But we do know that certain cities may have actual real vampires. So I don't know if this Ohio thing that I saw this article on is considered real vampires, or they're talking about people that live the vampiric lifestyle.
Robbins is Hollywood and Laurel Canyon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, explains the blood shortages in the blood bank. So speaking of LA, Hollywood, back in the 70s, maybe late 60s, definitely 70s, there was a certain nightclub where the second floor lounge area or off limits area had a bunch of celebrities, movie stars, athletes, you name it, top echelon, evidently people would meet up there at 3 a.m. in the morning, and they considered themselves the Vampire Club. Now, whether they were actually, excuse me, vampires or they just did that because they were up all night, night owls.
Hanging out the Night Owl Lounge.
But you can look it up online. There's a few names floating out there that was supposedly just friends hanging out. But it's kind of weird they call themselves the Vampire Club.
Hi, Ashes. Welcome in.
Hey, Ashes.
We've got Ashes in the house.
All right. Where should we go next?
Dum, dum, dum.
Dun, dun, dun. How about we always show old medieval paintings and drawings and stuff like that. Whether they're dogman, blemmies, whatever in it. But how about, have we ever shown any that
Blemmies.
they have portraits done or drawings of them holding pet dragons?
Whoa.
So supposedly, if you search enough, you will find these, whether they're actually real portraits or people just drew them. But these are actual paintings. You can find them in books or in the right places. You know, if you go searching for them.
That's supposed to be a baby dragon, though.
Of people that have pet dragons.
Whoa.
I don't know about that one.
You're breaking up.
I don't know. Yeah, it figures. How about now?
There's a big delay coming in my speaker. Nah, there's a delay, and then now it's coming on my speaker. I don't know if the pictures are doing it or what. So yeah, there's a delay. I'm talking.
Well, here, let me get out of them.
All right.
All right, let's see if it settles down. Harold says I'm a dragon sometimes. All right, I'm gonna get out. You talk to everybody. I'm gonna get out and get back in.
All right. Now you froze. Blazer, start entertaining us. What kind of food should we start talking about? On your mark, get set, go. And yes, please hit the like button. Daryl has entered the studio. Boom.
All right, how about now?
Better. I don't know what's been going on here lately.
Garberly to me.
StreamYard.
Anyway, let's go through it. So let's go back to dragons, I guess. So I had a couple different pictures of them.
The other one had to be a baby dragon.
Could have been. I don't know. All right, we'll start back from the beginning. All right. There's the first one we already saw. There's this lady. It seems that like they're pets. She's taking them out for a walk or playing with them. I don't know. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously these are like castles or whatever, but these are all paintings from the medieval times. So this guy, she looks like she has him on a leash.
Wow. Yes.
But he's eating. It's eating a guy. It's eating a soldier, and these other ones are shooting it. So why aren't they just shooting her? It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, he's got a guy eating a guy, and she's got him on a leash. And
thank you, Blazer. Yes, that bag is running low already, and it's the half of the month. I was gonna have to go and grab another bag when we get our cats food.
You probably should be rationing the outside animals.
I mean, they're not even getting a big, huge, giant bowl.
No, I know.
Oh, look at that tiny little guy.
So there's another one, little tiny dragon.
Oh my gosh.
So it's probably like us having miniature animals. Maybe they have miniature dragons. Maybe they're not babies. Maybe they're made that way. I don't know.
Wow. Whoa.
That
lion dragon?
Very good. It looks like he's biting her dress or whatever.
Almost looks like a lion.
But it looks like she's sitting on him, or I don't know. It looks like the dragon's underneath of her.
Wow, some of these old paintings just
She an angel? We got lights coming through the door. She's got a gold halo around her head. Is this an angel? She's got her hands together.
A halo would probably be a saint.
Maybe a saint.
Yeah, because a lot of these old paintings of the saints, they have halos. They're not really halos. That means they're glowing. They were saints. Sea monkey.
Sea monkey. I want a sea monkey. Here's another one. Halo. Got a dragon or whatever this thing is on a leash.
Looks like it was a common thing having a pet dragon. Dogs used to be dragons. They turned into dogs.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
So anyway, I came across these and I came across one. Then I thought, you know what? That's weird. So I started looking up and trying to find other ones. And before you know it, I had 4 or 5 of them. And there's probably more out there, but So I got these all saved. So if I find more, I'll add them to the collection. And
Yeah, that one looks like a gargoyle, like Lori said. That one just don't look like a something wrong with that one. Yeah, gargoyle.
I don't know. Pretty
Oh,
weird, huh?
that's wild. I want to pet that dog.
I want to pet that dog. Can I pet that dragon?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Can I pet that dragon?
Hi, Blue Doe. Welcome in. I like that movie. How to Train Your
That is. I haven't watched the latest one. I think the last one I saw came out was How to Train Your Dragon 3. I don't know if we've ever watched that, or maybe we did. I don't know.
It wouldn't be as good as the first one. Sometimes they ruin movies when they continue them. That little dragon was cute in the first movie.
Where else can we go? Well, since we're on old books and drawings, I found these the other day. So the werewolf book was actually a 17th century medical book talking about disease and surgery, and they actually had a section on werewolves. Well, I found these pictures in some of these old medical books that I was going through. You know me. Nothing better to do than to go through 17th century medical books. Just for fun. So what do you think this is trying to show?
Oh my gosh.
So this guy has no skin, but then yet he looks like he has somebody's head or face skin, and
Talk about a meat suit.
that's what I thought. So obviously this illustration is if we didn't have our skin, here's the muscles. That's what the text was. It's showing all the different muscles and ligaments and stuff. But did they have to show this guy holding, like it's a prize? I mean, that's what I first thought. We always talk about meat suits.
That's it. We all have spandex suits and we didn't know it.
So there you go.
Like a creepy acres dude.
I don't know. It was in Latin or whatever, the Greek, Latin or whatever. So I don't know if it actually tells you how to skin somebody, or if it was, but I think really it was trying to show you the muscle groups underneath the skin and the ligaments, the anatomy. But I just thought that was so weird. It's like, why would you show somebody's face and skin like you're holding it up like a trophy? And he does have a sword in his hand.
Robin said you were a scribe in another life.
I don't know what I was. I was probably weird then too.
Yeah. Why the sword?
Yeah, he has a sword. He did a really good job skinning the face because look, he's still got all of his beard and his hair, and
That's bizarre.
got the eye sockets, the nose, the mouth. So then, speaking of a bad day, how about this guy? This guy has every weapon, every injury you could possibly have. He's got swords sticking in him, axes, knives, spears, arrows. This guy is having a bad day. You think you're having a bad day?
He's got a chastity belt. Holy cow.
He's got arrows sticking in him. He's got lacerations. He's got some problems, this guy.
Is that a fish in his arm?
I don't know. It's probably a piranha. I probably got bit by a fish.
Oh, that is a weird drawing.
Got a big chunk out of his shoulder missing. He's got this big old sword taking out his shoulder. He's not doing very good in the head. His head is taking a lot of damage.
I don't know about this.
So evidently, this is showing you of all the weapons that one could possibly have an injury from. And then the medical text tells you how to do surgery or whatever for the wound that you have. So this illustration evidently is showing you all the wounds that a person at that time probably could have or would suffer. But this poor guy got them all at the same time, evidently. I just thought it was a neat picture.
That's wild.
And I found this guy in there. Now, I don't really know what he has to do with the medical field. He kind of looks like a dog man,
Fox?
werewolf.
It's got a foxtail.
Looks like it's a feather.
A skunk tail. A skunk kind of rides his back.
Yeah,
That's
it's
weird.
Even bigger. Looks like a feather to me, but I don't know. But he's got claws and
His
like a dog or an animal. And
his chastity belt saved him.
why has he got these other guys riding on his back?
Looks like a frog.
That looks like a little demon.
No, the other side. That looks like a
Oh,
frog.
that looks like a frog.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is in the medical book.
Weird.
And it could deal. I think this was a different medical book compared to the one where I found the werewolf section in it. Then guess what this is in the medical book?
Blemmies.
Yep, these creatures have a name. Do you know what it is? And Jane just yelled it right out instantly, just like probably everybody else did. I did.
Blemmies.
But the only weird thing about these blemmies, this one once again shows the butt. Well, it looks like a butt to me.
It looks like they got an elephant trunk.
Looks like he's got an elephant trunk. He's got some weird portal-looking eyes, eyebrows.
Why is there a trunk on the back, eyes and trunk on the back?
Well, I'm assuming these are two different races. I'm assuming that there's different, or maybe they have faces on front and back. But this guy's trunk compared to this person's trunk is in a different place.
Oh, that's weird. Wow.
So I don't know if it's the same person, different person, two different types of blemmies, one facing forward, one facing backwards. Maybe this one's female. Maybe that's breasts with the eyes on top of the breasts.
There's ears on the shoulders. I've never seen a blemmy with ears on the shoulders either.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, these are all like 17th century. Well, they're different dates.
High road.
1500, 1700. I think there was one for 1400.
Hi, Rhodes. Welcome in.
Hi, Raj.
Raj.
I think I'm sorry.
I know, Raj.
For pronouncing your name wrong, we're sorry. I think it says Raj. But
hello, Mr. Morris. How's that?
Mr. Morris?
That's Rose Morris. Mr. Morris, welcome in.
So I found these guys. I thought they
That's
were
weird. Yeah, I've never seen blemmies with ears on their shoulders.
Yeah, I don't know about blemmies with ears.
Blemmies have ears.
Then I found.
Yes, it's Rose. Rose.
Then I found this. And this isn't part of a medical book or nothing. This was just another old book. But we're going to talk a little bit about biblical stuff. This is supposedly a drawing of after the Tower of Babel came down.
Whoa.
And supposedly, if you could read whatever language, I don't know if it's Latin, German, something. Supposedly, this is how they drew what Babel looked like. And evidently people, herders, caravan people knew that this was the Tower of Babel, and it describes it in the article or the whole book, that section anyway. And supposedly it tells you where it is.
Canada.
And if you read it down here, it says ruins de la Tour de Babel. So maybe this is French.
Of France and Canada. All the French up
But
there.
if you look at this one, this drawing, which is it's the same drawing. I think one's the front side, one's the back side. I'm not really sure, but here it looks like you have windows and maybe stairs.
Palm trees.
You definitely have palm trees. We had palm trees in the other one too. So there's like little plateaus and maybe stairs, but this one section right here looks like it has windows or doorways. I don't know. But these two figures, if you want to call them, or pictures, were both in the same section. So I think this is supposed to be the backside, or one of them's front side, one of them's backside. But they both have trees, palm trees, and a caravan or shepherds. So during their lifetime, evidently they knew where the Tower of Babel was and what it looked like. Unless it's just a fantasy drawing, what they would think it was. But according to what they were saying, I get the impression that they knew where it was. So what do you think?
Cool.
Babel? No Babel? Babylon?
Robin says Syria.
Syria. Oh.
I see snake wrapped around a tree. Dwarfs in SoCal.
Probably was snakes wrapped around a tree.
Everything's in SoCal.
How about, since we're on that, let me see where. Since we're kind of on, talked a little bit about biblical myths or biblical stuff. What do you think Lot's wife looked like when she was turned into a pillar of salt?
Like, would kind of make you imagine it as a statue, yeah.
You think she looked like that?
I don't know. I mean, that's what you kind of imagine, that
she was essentially turned into salt. She still had all of her features and stuff.
Right. Whatever she looked like turned into herself. Maybe she didn't. Was she just a big giant pillar of salt only?
So supposedly if you go there today, they say this right here is Lot's wife. That's what the historians or the local people say. That's the spot. That's her. So this is Lot's cave, supposedly, or where he was at. So here's a different side of that, but that doesn't really, to me, look like a person. I mean, I guess it could have been. I don't know. Were these two people here crouched together, turned to salt? So evidently this is all salt everywhere where you can find it.
Wow. You can kind of see a person if she has like a water jug on top of her head or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Ladies back then, they carried their water on their heads. Interesting.
So anyway, if you go there, they if you ask somebody and they take you there or show you, or they say this is what they consider the spot where Lot's wife was turned to a pillar of salt.
Hmm.
Yeah, it could be weathered. It could. I mean, this to me, whatever reason, this looks like a head. I don't know. Maybe that was part of like you said, something resting on her head, or part of her part of her clothing. And was she a giant? That could be a hand. I don't know. Was she a giant? Look how tall that looks to me. To me, that looks tall.
Mm-hmm.
Were they giants?
They might have been.
But like you, I always pictured her maybe looking like this. I
Right.
don't know. Maybe not quite that defined in the face and stuff, but I don't know. Interesting. I think it is anyway. That could be her. Weathered conditions. Yeah, the Sphinx had a head of a lion. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What else do we got? Let's continue down the same kind of stuff. So we all know, well, I'm assuming we all know, I'm sure you've probably seen it somewhere, the Nazca lines, where we see all the animals, the monkey, the spiders, the scorpions, the spaceman, the cyclops, all the different things. But so what do you think these lines look like down on the ground?
That is so bizarre how that got done.
Do you think it's just white rock, sand? Do you think they're level with the ground? Do you think they're like piles of rocks above ground making these images?
Or is it carved? It is carved.
They actually look like this. They got to scrape off the top layers to get down to the white. So not only do they have to make this image exactly that you can see it in the huge form that it is from above, but you actually have to dig it out and make your straight lines, and because those lines are perfectly straight, the ones that they say are runways for UFOs and all that stuff, where they say they're highways for UFOs. Then you have these figures, but they're all dug out like this. I guess I didn't realize that they were dug out that deep. They're almost like trenches.
Wow.
But they've measured those lines, and they are perfectly straight, hardly any deviation at all. I mean, so how if you're just manually digging that out, how would you be able to keep them that straight, let alone doing these designs?
Still say that tail is a portal.
Portal.
That looks like a portal.
They gave the poor monkey almost human hands for feet and I'll have to get all the images of I've had them at one time. I don't know where they're at, of the spider and scorpion, and
There's a few of them, yeah.
I think there's a hummingbird.
That is wild.
Alien drones. So the closest thing that we have to the Nazca lines are effigies. We're in Wisconsin and other states, and a little bit into Illinois and Ohio and Wisconsin, that they have effigies kind of similar to this, where they show up white and they have humans and animals, bears and stuff carved out. So you can find them here. So you don't have to travel over and see the Nazca lines. You can find them here in the United States also. Let's see. What else do we have? Here, we'll go to
Good night, Barbara. Have a good weekend.
See you, Bemora. So we've talked about this before quite a bit, actually, or at least I've brought it up here and there about quantum entanglement.
Mm-hmm.
Where two particles remain linked across galaxies, instantly influencing each other's states, no matter the distance separating them. And I always bring up twins. Every time I ever think of quantum entanglement, I always think of twins or even siblings sometimes that have such a strong bond and link together that they know and feel and whatever's going on with their twin or their sibling sometimes. Sometimes mother-daughter. They always say a mother's intuition, but or is it their DNA and their particles linked such a tight bond that they can experience it no matter how far apart, what the distance is, what the time of day is. But definitely, if you affect one particle, the other particle will be affected at the same exact time. So now I guess scientists are saying that this actually really, everybody always speculated, it was always theory, but now evidently they've done tests or some kind of experiment where they've said, yes, that really is true. So I always think that twins and close bonds have the same properties. A lot of people share stories about how they know what's happened to their twin or their sibling. I don't know. It's just little stuff like that I like finding and hearing stories, especially stuff that we've talked about before. Same thing with this. I've talked about it and I've shown pictures. I couldn't find the other pictures. I wanted to bring them up tonight to go along with this, and I wish I would have found them today. About how scientists confirmed in 2009 your body is glowing right now. We just can't see it because I showed those pictures of where they were taking the bioluminescence off of especially your fingernails, the tip of your nose, anything in your extremities that stand out a little bit, the top of your head glow much brighter than the rest of your body, say on your skin, but you all have an aura or you all have bioluminescence. We just can't see it. Well, I shouldn't say that because some people can see auras and stuff like that, but normally somebody like me can't necessarily always see somebody's spirit or aura. But under the right instance or the right spectrum, if you look, you can see that we actually project a glow, and it's very bright. I need to find those other pictures, and maybe I'll find them by next week. But we talked about this before, how we've always talked about aura as being a physical part that extrudes from your body, bioluminescence.
Welcome in, little old lady. Who? Sorry, my voice is gone. Little old lady. Who?
Blazer says quantum entanglement with my blanket in a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Robin says quantum entanglement could be used for remote viewing. Yeah, absolutely.
Doris trying to calm down Blazer.
Blazer.
Yeah, calm down, boys.
Let's see. I've went through quite a few of these already. I wonder what haven't we talked about?
Good Lord, it's been almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. We haven't even got to werewolves or anything yet.
Wow.
We might have to do a part 2 on this. So we've talked about being out in nature, hiking, and you can tell your direction or what's going on by moss growing on a tree, only on a certain side of the tree, or
Following the North Star.
following the North Star, or
Mm-hmm.
trees growing towards the sun. So you know where the sun is, and the trees will naturally start growing that way. So you can kind of guess the direction. Well, did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know that pine cones in your yards are tiny weather stations? Scales open up wide when it's dry days ahead. Scales pulled tight as rain is on the way.
Oh my.
Set one on your porch and check it against tomorrow's sky. So I'm assuming the ones that we bought at Michael's or dollar store might not be real pine cones, or maybe they've been processed. So maybe it's got to be ones out in the wild that you find under a real tree. Pine
Or
cones.
is it the ones that are still connected to the tree? What if they have to be still on the tree branch?
Well, they said set one on your rail and your porch rail and check it out. So maybe it's got to be freshly picked. I don't know.
All right, everybody do it this week and let us know next Friday.
But anybody that has natural pine cones around their yard or out close to them or while you're hiking, see if this is true. I think it probably is. I mean, we know plants close up or open up to collect. You know, during the day they open up, and some plants will close up at night. Oh, Robin says that I have pine cones from our local mountains that I use for weather here. There you go. Robin already does it.
Wow.
So I can't pull nothing over Robin. She's always done it. She always knows. So there you go. Grab some pine cones and be able to tell what the weather is going to be like. That was one I didn't know. I did not know that.
Grab that pine cone and smoke it.
Smoke it. All right. I think we've almost done everything. Well, we got this yet. So we just went through the 12th. August 12th was a big day for everybody. So we didn't have we didn't lose gravity on the 12th, as far as I know. I joked in Jessica, the Cryptid Hunter's chat, that I sat up too fast, so I think I experienced a loss of gravity. So we had that going on. Then we also had the solar eclipse go through the U.S. from the south through a little bit of the Midwest to the upper north on the east.
We had storms on and off.
We had storms, so we didn't get to see anything. I didn't really, it was gloomy and dark all day anyway, so I didn't really notice anything different. Of course, we were watching Jessica, I think, when most of it was going on for us. Because let's see. Yeah, so Jessica was on till about 1:30. We would have been about, if we would have been able to see it, 205.
Forrest said we lost our minds for 7 seconds. That's what happened.
Oh, that's a possibility. But how do we know it was from that? Let's see, what else did we have going on? So on the 12th, not only did we were supposed to lose gravity, we had the solar eclipse. We had the 6-planet morning lineup of Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune in the morning sky, which they always say rare alignment. But how many times have we had a planet alignment come up?
We've got tons of planet alignments here lately. It
I
seems
know.
like.
So why do they always say rare and once in a lifetime?
How many have we had? Rare. It seems like there's been many lineups now.
Then we had the new moon in Leo. Now, I guess if you're into astrology or whatever, that probably means something. To me, it doesn't really mean I don't know. They always say it's in the house of Leo or whatever constellation it is. Then we had the Perseid meteor shower.
I saw
we didn't see it because did you see it?
It cleared up a little bit, and I saw just a few little meteors.
All right.
Because the infrared was off, so it wasn't bugs or anything.
Okay.
So I did see a few meteors. And then it got cloudy again.
All right. So there you go. Lori says it's through the 24th. So there you go. You still got a chance. Still got a chance.
It's still cloudy. I think we've had clouds for 7 nights now. Storms on and off, clouds.
So we also got the Sturgeon moon coming. So we got the Sturgeon moon on the 28th. So you can look forward to that beauty being in the sky. So we like to tell you what stuff, like especially super moons or any of the full moons that come up. But it's kind of weird that we had this solar eclipse, but we also have a lunar eclipse coming up. About the time of the super moon, the Sturgeon moon. Look, August 27th.
Come on.
We're going to have the eclipse.
It used to be kind of rare for eclipses. I swear we have a few of them a year now.
I know. Well, what's going on?
That's crazy.
So here it says right here, eclipse visible, and it's got like the whole from the Middle East all the way to the East Coast and a little bit. So we got partial and we got some visible on the West Coast. And
why can't there be 11-11, not 11-12?
Going to be partial all the way over. So according to this map, partial visible. So is Idaho, Nevada, all them the same distance away as the west coast of Africa?
Say what? Well,
look at this chart.
Right.
Eclipse visible. So we got this area where it's got the Midwest and the East Coast and some of the ocean. So if you split that in the middle.
Hi, Lori.
Which is almost the tip of Maine or wherever. Is it the same distance from Nevada all the way over here to Africa and Madrid?
That's wild. Now we got 2 Loris. Hi, Lori.
Then you got a little bit of Northern California, Washington, Oregon. That is the same distance as London. Maybe Rome.
But do we know for sure how far away Africa is in the first place? We don't.
I don't know. I'm just going by this chart. I'm looking at it besides the eclipse. I'm looking at where they're saying this eclipse is going to be partial, full, or some.
So we've had a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse both in August.
So part of Alaska is the same distance away that Moscow and Russia would be. Of course, Russia's just on the other side,
Right.
so that makes sense. So it's actually right next to Alaska anyway. So, but this Berlin, London, Madrid.
That's a lot of people seeing that.
Yeah, and usually you don't have that big a spectrum to be
Yeah,
able to.
I was just gonna say, normally it's not that huge of an area that actually can see the eclipse.
So now I'm kind of questioning this map, but I don't know.
Where did it come from? NASA?
Livestormchaser.com.
Oh,
I don't know. They probably got it from somewhere else. I don't know. So anyway, August 27th to 28th, which is just about the time the Sturgeon moon.
when is the next rare planet alignment? We're gonna get another one next month.
Tomorrow.
I
don't know.
I think we've had what, 3 this year, maybe. Pretty sure there was one right at the beginning of the year, and I thought there was one this spring.
Hi.
Yeah, that's
Pearl
Lori.
Worships Warfare.
Yeah, it's Lori.
And Dwarf says I got it off of TikTok. Which normally you probably would not be wrong. I do find stuff on TikTok, but so take it with a grain of salt, I guess. Not Lot's wife.
Yeah, I was gonna say pillar of salt. We're gonna go back to the
Not
pillar of
Lot's
salt.
wife, but something else. How about this one?
Interesting.
I've watched Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, and they always talk about warp drive.
What, Robin? I thought that thing blew up. Is that thing supposed to return? Have you heard anything?
Yeah,
about
it
the
is.
Atlas coming back?
They were trying to say that those fireballs coming in Ohio, Michigan was part of
Right.
Three Eye Atlas, but
Yeah.
but we had heard before that scientists were saying, "Hey, that's weird. It looks like Three Eye Atlas made a U-turn and is coming back."
Oh, come on.
So anyway, what do you think about this? Scientists found a loophole that may make warp drive physically possible.
Oh, they show it in the movies.
They always show it in the movies. That's what I said. Star Trek, Star Wars, Battleship, Battlestar Galactica, Deep Space Nine. So supposedly they have figured out how to link these quantum or these magnetic fields together to encapsulate the ship, or this is hypothetical, so they could have a bubble of energy which would glide through space, and then your ship would be inside powering, so it'd be moving this bubble. So supposedly that's how you get warp drive. I don't know. Makes sense. I think it could work. Can they really do it? I don't know. They say they can, but
reminds me of an orb, something being inside and driving it around.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the orbs that we've been seeing and talking about, maybe they use this principle themselves. So maybe scientists have been studying orbs.
They probably know all about orbs.
So anyway, you might be able to do warp drive and be able to leave this good old Earth and zip away to another galaxy, and just like Star Wars and Star Trek and
Lost in Space.
They didn't do very good though.
That's because Smith messes everything up.
Oh, Dr. Smith. There's probably always a Dr. Smith on. Who is Dr. And all the other series, Star Trek, Star Wars, who's Dr. Smith?
Dr. Smith.
There's got to be one. Somebody's always got to foul something up.
Everybody has a Dr. Smith.
Oh, the flower of life. Yeah, they could be taking it off of the Fibonacci. They could be taking it off. Who knows how they came up with it? Probably has all that stuff built into it. Sacred geometry. Yeah. Let's see. I don't think I have anything. Oh, I did find this. This is kind of different. When you think of water, what does it look like to you? What do you think water really is? I know it's high, we always say H2O, hydrogen, oxygen, but on a molecular nano, if you're looking at it as a nano or molecular level, what do you think water looks like? So it's the same way as that hyperdrive that makes this. The atoms are like this grid that are connected to each other, then they meld together. So scientists now are saying that water may actually be two liquids in one.
Dead water and living water? That's what Lori brought up.
I don't know.
Dead water and living water.
So they're saying that when we see it, water looks like it's this one liquid, that it's, whether it's drinking water or a stream or whatever, it's just, until you actually pick it up and you have drips or drops of water, it looks like it's one continuous body of water. But scientists are saying that possibly there could be two liquids inside that one liquid, whether it's a drop of water or whether it's a big stream of water, or it could be mixing up together, but it's actually two separate liquids.
And water has memory.
Water does have memory.
Mm-hmm.
I should get a bunch of those pictures. I don't know if I think we have shown it. 369 Tesla. Yeah, 369. I like that. So there you go. Water may be more than what we think it is. I mean, obviously, we always think it is. We always talk, just like you guys in chat, and Jane just mentioned that you guys said dead water, living water, big difference. All right. It only took us, an hour to get through all the weird stuff I found this week. I think that was just this week's. So if I show you this, and this is under my Bible section now, so we're going to talk just a little bit about the historical Bible.
Ooh.
So if I show you this, what does it say?
I know. I have a couple Bibles like that, and I have a hard time reading it.
So we have Old English. We have kind of before modern English. I mean, there's different progressions that we've had in literature, English, Bible specifically, that some words are different than other words. Like this one, obviously it has the S's are replaced.
I am the first and the last.
I am the first and the last. I am
that.
I am he. So he has two E's. That liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore.
So the R has a little squiggly too. No.
Some R's are like Z's.
Ever.
They look like Z's kind of. But my question is, looking at this,
Old English is hard.
So here's first, and the S is an R.
No, F-I-R-S, the little F thingy is the S.
Oh, yeah.
F-I-R,
the little F thingy is S. So why, when they print this, why is there an S?
It has an S.
So what is the meaning between that word having the different character compared to this one?
You know, Old English is hard to read until you actually start getting used to it.
So I heard people saying, well, they didn't have an S, but then in this Bible, they have an S, but then they still use other characters in certain words.
So the gangsters in Cali can't read it? Or
I thought the gangsters, I thought they, when they do tags, I thought they did spellings like this, graffiti style looks like this. Old English beer. There you go, Cosmic Joe. When you drink Old English beer, can you read this better?
yeah, and then you can start reading Old English.
So now,
The first book of Moses.
so this one confuses me too. So we were talking about why some of them have S's and some of them don't. So up here it says the first book of Moses. We can read that fine.
Book with an E on the end.
Yeah. So you have that a lot too. So here's
What?
heaven. So here's the creation of heaven and earth. So heaven, instead of a V, has like a U. Down here, sun of the sun and moon, SUNNE and MOONE for moon. So here again, we have the S that looks kind of almost like an F separated from the waters, but yet waters has an S. Then up here, like we said, they spelled everything right except for maybe E on the end of the book.
This makes my brain hurt.
Why is this normal English that we would be able to read? First book of Moses. Then down here, they can't spell heaven the way we would. Separated has a funny symbol, but waters has an S on the end. Sun has two N's. Moon has the E on the end, like book up there did. And then you go over to the other verses and the same thing, and look at how they did these in the same book. The same book, chapter 1. By the time you get to the 8th verse, you got God called the firmament heaven and the evening and the morning were the second day. So you have the evening and the morning were the second day. So once again, we go back to why did they use this? I'm going to say font when it's not really font because it's calligraphy. So this Bible has what we would normally see as text that we would read today to this in the same book.
Not too many people have that gift or talent to write like that anymore either.
No, it is pretty when you find somebody that can do calligraphy or. I don't know. I have questions. I just don't know why.
They always had such neat designs in their pictures too. Whew. They probably would have a difficult time reading our wording.
So that's my other question I was going to bring up. So if somebody was brought up reading this, then all of a sudden you switch to modern English, did they have trouble switching to the new English? Like we're having trouble from the new English going back to the old?
I bet they would have difficulty reading how we write these days if they're used to that. That is neat handwriting back then. I like
it.
It
Is.
The capital T looks like a harp.
Yeah. So this is Psalms, and I believe it's 33. I don't know, 33, 14, 30. Maybe it's 313. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Blazer says by the time he got to the 8th verse, the grog kicked in.
Yeah. Now, if you stare at it long enough, if you're reading it and you start figuring out, okay, the special character for S's and V's are changed and R's and some of them are changed. And so blessed are the people whose God is Lord Jehovah, and blessed are the folk that have. See, here I got. So right now I'm even messing up.
Right.
Who have chosen him to be their, I don't know. The Lord looketh down from heaven and beheld all the children of men from the habitation of his dwelling.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, if you read it long enough, you start getting used to it, but every once in a while there's something that'll mess you up. All of them that dwelled in earth, he fashioned all the hearts of them, and understandably all their works. So there you have works with 2 O's, and the R looks like a 2 or a Z, and it has an ES at the end, works. So anyway, the question is, can you read this effortlessly? It was obviously, as much as I read this stuff, I still stumble. I can't read it proficiently, but I can get through it. But it does sometimes hurt your brain. Yeah, call one of the homies to come read it. Yep. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. I like old books. I like stuff like this, and I just have questions on some of them about why some areas they have an S, some areas they substitute the S. So here's the word strength, where they got the special character. Now, where did I see it? Right here. It looks like this says is. Neither is any. And this is magic, or majestic, I'm sorry. So the Y, or that's might. That the Y's are an I for some reason, but yet over here looks like they have an I. So I don't understand why some letters are substituted and some aren't. Maybe it depends on the word. Maybe the word came from an earlier version. Yeah, the Patriot Bible. I hear that's a really good Bible. I tell you, I have so many versions of the Bible, including ones like this upstairs. I think we have almost every kind of modern Bible, from NIV to NASB to King James, the New King James, I don't know, Standard Bible.
We got like 3 giant old ones.
I have my mom's old Bible. I think I have my grandma's Bible, and I have some aunts' Bibles. Which some of my family's Bibles are all King James, but they were printed at different times. So anyway, you think I'd know the Bible a lot better having 20 Bibles sitting upstairs, or however many we have now, including yours and mine and families, and I don't know. I know it pretty good. I can't say I know it all. I think I've read through the Bible probably, but not all at once or in procession. I think I've been to enough sermons, enough stuff reading the Bible on my own that I've probably picked and went through it. I've definitely read the New Testament from beginning to end several times, but the Old Testament, I think I've probably got through most of it, picking and choosing, looking at scriptures that people bring up or hit my mind, or I don't know. All right, what do you want to do now?
Mm.
I don't know. Here, we'll do a funny one.
Gonna say I'm not sure what all you got.
I don't know. There's just a little bit of, a little bit of this, that, everything, kitchen sink. So here's a news article. Boozy goats on a rampage.
Boozy?
Boozy.
Were they drunk?
Evidently.
Oh,
San Francisco,
no.
March 24, 6 goats disturbed traffic at Mount Eden, a town near here, yesterday when they became intoxicated after eating a quantity of moonshine mash. The animals rammed several people in the main thoroughfare, while Deputy Marshal Clem Stokes was forced to flee to a watering trough for safety. The owners of the goats was located finally and led his drunken charges home.
Drunk goats. Can you imagine that?
Drunk goats on a rampage in San Francisco. Ramming officers, pedestrians, forcing a deputy to dive in a horse trough.
Drunk goats.
Says watering trough. I'm guessing horse trough.
Right.
And then it says charges. So a charge is something that you are in charge of or it's your possession. So this language makes me think that this was quite a while ago.
Oh, dwarf.
What?
Luckily, it wasn't hash.
Hash. So there you go. Disorderly drunken goats on a rampage, it said.
Wow.
So here's another one. This one's coming from Loch Ness. What was it? Strange experience on Loch Ness. So this says 3 young anglers from Inverness, I don't know, sons of the well-known businessmen, had curious experience the other evening on Loch Ness. We give the story just as it was told to us. Let me make that a little bigger. We were fishing for sea trout from a boat 100 yards off of the Tor Point. It was a fine evening and the loch was perfectly calm. About 8:15 o'clock, we heard a terrible noise on the water, and looking around, we saw about 600 yards distant a great commotion with spray flying everywhere. Then the fish, or whatever it was, started coming towards us. And was about 300 yards away. It turned to the right and went into the Holly Bush Bay above doors and disappeared into the depths. During its rush, it caused a wave about 2.5 feet high. So whatever this fish was created a 2.5 feet high wave. We could see a wriggling. I'm going to say wiggling, but wriggling motion. But that was all. The wash hid it from view. The wash, however, was sufficient to cause our boat to rock violently. We have no idea what it was, but it was quite positive it could have been a salmon. We understand on making further inquiries that a keeper who dwells on the shores of the loch, and who is a man of unimpeachable veracity and first-rate observer, some years ago saw a similar phenomenon on the loch. He saw the fish, or whatever it was, coming along the center of the loch and afterwards stated that it was dark in color and like a upturned angling boat. So it was a boat that was turned upside down, floating on the water. Upturned angling boat, and quite as big. What was it? We shall be greatly obliged if any one of our readers can enlighten us on the subject and if there are any of them have a similar experience. Now, unfortunately, I don't know when this was printed. But I'm assuming it was quite a long time ago compared to us. Let me see. 1930 Northern Chronicle article predating Aldi McKay sighting by 3 years and mentions of sightings from before that even. So it says it's from the 1930s, this news article.
Wiggle wine?
Wiggle wine.
Swine wine?
Hi, Tanya.
Actually, it's good night, Tanya. She's going to bed.
Oh, she's waving good night. All right. So we normally see the old picture of the Thunderbird where the guys are outside the barn or whatever, holding up the wings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I found this one the other day. So this is a completely different picture.
Yeah.
So are these two photographs supposed to be the same thing or two different incidents, two different time periods? Because the one was kind of like an older Western thing. These kind of look like loggers
lumberjacks
or whatever, but it's not outside the barn. It's not the same looking. The creature, the Thunderbird, looks pretty much similar.
That's a different picture, yeah.
Two different pictures. I'm gonna have to find that other picture because I got it saved somewhere, but I found this one the other day or a week or so ago. But it just makes me wonder, is that newspaper article that they say that they had a picture and it was lost, and so they have that other picture that they show everybody?
Carl says the first one was the Tombstone Thunderbird.
Tombstone, right?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know where this logging, or, I'm assuming, like Jane said, these are loggers or hunters or whatever they are.
Wow. Yeah, I've never seen this one. I've always seen that other one that everybody says is fake. Wow.
So I don't know. This one could be fake too. I don't know. But it looks very similar to the other one, except for the other one was outside of a barn or whatever it was, and some of them were kneeling and they were all holding up the wings. This one, they got ropes tied to the guy, and they're all standing in front of it. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that I found another picture that was similar to the other one.
That has to be up in the northern states somewhere, I would think, or
I would think
Redwood.
so.
Wow, I like to know where that one.
Maybe where Dwarf was up there in the
right
northwest.
Yeah, it could have been up there.
I don't know. Wherever logging. There's logging all over the U.S. So who knows? That could have been Maine, as far as we know. I don't know.
Carl says I found Thunderbird petroglyphs that don't quite look bird-like.
Oh, yeah. We always show the one from Alton all the time.
Yeah, we've seen it in our stores. Our Family Dollar has that A&W float flavored root beer or something.
Oh, root beer float. Wow. All right. So it wasn't that long ago that we showed this and talked about it and even read a little bit of it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Can you guess? Can you guess?
Mm-hmm. Talk about too many things.
The Wolf Demon. So the dime novel that we found in the Library of Congress. I think that's where it was. Library of Congress. I found it at. Has this whole book, or this big chapter of this book. I don't know if it's really a chapter. It's like 200 and some pages long. Big story about this wolf demon, wolf dog, whatever, dog man, werewolf, or however you want to say it. They called it a wolf demon, which I believe, if you look at this, it was printed in 1870 when it was actually entered according to the Act of Congress. So the Library of Congress, 1870 for this book. And you can see this is the back of the title page, the Wolf Demon. You can read it backwards. Hopefully everybody can read it backwards, or am I just weird? I might be weird. So we talked about that not too long ago, and we read some of it. But what about a book called This Werewolves from 1914? And it's a whole big. You can tell it's obviously earlier than what we're used to. So it says 1914. Let me see how big I can make this just to make it easier on everybody. All right, so this is 1914, Werewolves by Elliot O'Donnell. And it's got a bunch of chapters that talk about werewolves, and let's see, I don't think that's the right if I go the right way.
We got storms coming in. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's starting about 1:30 and is lasting until 9 o'clock in the morning, all lightning bolts. That's all we need is more rain. So I'm seeing lightning on the camera. I went, what? Great.
I thought I had these in order.
Whoa, that don't look good.
All right, so here we have the table of contents. In case you guys want to find this book and read any of these chapters. What is a werewolf? Werewolf metamorphosis compared to with other branches of lycanthropy, the spirits of werewolves, how to become a werewolf. Werewolves
how to become a werewolf?
It says how to become a werewolf. So if you get this book, it's going to tell you all this stuff, supposedly. Werewolves in the British Isles, werewolf in France, werewolves and vampires and ghouls, werewolves in Germany. Talks about lycanthropus brook in Harz Mountain, or a case of the Countess Hilda and von Breuer. Austria-Hungary and Balkan Peninsula, the werewolf in Spain.
Why did they have more interesting books back in the old days?
I don't know. But I started searching this, and I found, I don't know, 5 or 6 different books about werewolves. Not all. Some of them were kind of like that dime novel. It was basically a story that supposedly had some truths in it, but they made a story out of it. But these are actually just books like somebody studied it and wrote about what they knew about it and cases of werewolves. So this is werewolf in Belgium and Netherlands, werewolves in Denmark, Norway, Iceland, Russia. So it's Werewolves by Elliot O'Donnell, Small Maynard and Company Publishers. And
Maynard.
and so that, like I said, this O'Donnell Elliot lived from 1872 to 1965, but this book was printed in 1914. So you can find this in the Library of Congress. That's where I got it. So there's chapter 1. What is a werewolf? There is no one very satisfactory reply. There are indeed so many diverse views held with regard to the nature and classification of werewolves. Their existence is so keenly disputed, and the subject is capable of being regarded from many standpoints that any attempt at definition is restricted sense would be well nigh impossible. So there's so many myths and folklore and whatever and people's experiences that if you mash them all together, you won't come up with the same definition. Kind of like what people with Bigfoot, Dogman, UFO, you get all these experiences and people have their own thoughts and opinions that you'll never get an exact that this is what a werewolf is. This is what an alien is. This is what a Bigfoot is. You can't put everybody's experience. And that's what this guy is saying. You can't, nobody's experience, nobody's thoughts are exactly 100%. So it says a view restricted sense would be well nigh impossible. The word werewolf or werewolf or werewolf, deprived from Anglo-Saxon were man, wolf, and equivalents in German Warwolf, French loup garou. So I think that's how we got like the rougarou. It's like a French word. While it's also to be found that the languages respectively in Scandinavia, Russia, Austria, Balkan Peninsula. So it's saying the werewolf name, they have different names all across the world, just like Bigfoot is a Yeti and Swamp Ape, and whether they're all the same thing or different names. You can find that for almost everything, depending on where you're at. You might find a different name for it.
Robin asked, how does one unbecome a werewolf?
I guess with the silver bullet. I don't know.
It doesn't kill them?
I guess it depends on if you are, I don't know. I mean, just like this guy says, how do you know what's real, what's not real? Whether you are bitten, whether you were a spell put on you, because we talked about that on a previous Friday, where a witch or a family person put a spell on a person, and he fought during a war in King Arthur's time as a werewolf. And then when he came home, the spell was taken off of him and he lived out the rest of his life as human. So you can find that in the King Arthur lore. And they actually give the family name. And there was actually 2 werewolves, one on each side, that were fighting each other during King Arthur's crusade and battles. I don't know, Amy. I don't know if silver bullet. We've always saw the movies where silver bullets kill werewolves. I don't know if it's true, not true, but I don't think it would hurt to have a silver bullet if you're going out and looking for a werewolf.
I ain't looking for werewolves.
I don't know. You might. Maybe you'll encounter one someday. You never know.
No, I just want to see a sweet, fluffy, cuddly Sasquatch and give him a big hug.
So, indeed, there is scarcely a country in the world in which belief in a werewolf or in some other form of lycanthropy has not once existed, though it may have ceased to exist now. But whereas in some countries the werewolf is considered wholly physical, or in others it looked upon as partly or not indirectly super physical. So either it has super abilities, maybe it's superhuman strength, or is it dimensional? I mean, how do you? I mean, I guess for the time period, you have to look up what super physical means. Is it superhuman strength? Does it have dimensional abilities? And whilst in some countries it is restricted to male sex, in others it is confined to the female. And again, in others, it is to be met with both sexes. So that kind of reminds me, since we had Barb on, we talked about the queen
Right.
wolf dog, which is female, and supposedly the females were the top of the hierarchy. So this kind of says that. I mean, all the movies we've ever seen, all the werewolves have always been male. We've always heard or thought of, at least I have, that werewolves were always male. But now we have this other aspect, and this book in 1914 is telling us that some countries say they have female. Other countries say they have males. Some countries say they have both sexes. I think Nick Sylvester told us that on Jessica's one night. I don't know. I remember seeing Nick Sylvester on Jessica's. I don't know. I just think this book is worth the reading. I haven't read it. I haven't read it all the way through. I was just busy trying to grab some screen captures from I have the PDF file downloaded. But there's I mean, just like those chapters. I mean, this is still chapter 1. What is a werewolf? And it goes. I mean, we could spend all night just going through what is a werewolf if we were to sit here to read it. There you go, 19. And then the second chapter, werewolf metamorphosis compared with the branches of lycanthropy. The wolf is not the only animal whose shape, it is stated, man may possess a power of assuming. It may be in some interest to inquire briefly into the varying branches of lycanthropy, comparing them with one already under discussion. In Orisa, the power of metamorphosing into a tiger is asserting by the Kandas. I don't know how you say that. Kandhadhs, to be hereditary and also acquired through the practice of magic. Many who have traveled into the country have assured me that there is a very great amount of truth in this assertion, and though there are without doubt a number of impostors among those designated were tigers, and most certainly many who are genuine. So I saw one section of a book that says there's were cows, were tigers, were lions, were wolves. I mean, I don't think it stops at this one particular animal. I mean, how are we going to know what? I mean, I don't know what a were cow would look like. What would a were cow look like?
Moo.
Moo. So anyway, once again, you can go Library of Congress. Maybe we'll read some more of it sometime. Werewolves by Elliot O'Donnell. So if you want to write that down, you can put that in, or just type in Werewolves in the Library of Congress, and this book will pop up along with many others. And you can do this. You can do the same with vampires. You can do the same with any other cryptid or whatever, and it'll pop up whatever the Library of Congress has on it, whether it's an article, magazine, book. I like reading the old books because I want to hear what through history on what people have said. Just like, let's see, let's go with this one.
Cosmic Joe.
What do you say?
You'll read it.
Oh, yeah. I've seen people saying stuff like that. So here's another one. And this is the medical journal that I was telling you guys about, that I was reading medical journals. So this is the history of psychic, which psychic in this time period, which you'll look down here at the bottom, it says 1727.
That's how they spelled psychic back then?
No, that term is for physical or medicine. The history. So it should be the history of medicine.
Wow.
This is a medical book, but they called it psychic or psychic. So it means physically sick. If you break it down into two words, physically sick. So once again, if you want to look this up, it was printed in 1727. And some of this was like letters between two doctors. So here, this is a discourse written to Dr. Mead by J. Friend, MD. So J. Friend, MD, if you look up his name in his history of psychic or sick, I don't know, sick, I guess, you'll find this in Library of Congress. So this is one of the, this says has a letter B here. So it's like one of the appendixes. It's like one of the letters that they talked about. And if you can read here, it says May 10th, 1723, when this letter was written between the two gentlemen.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Trucking.
So let me go find the beginning.
It just sounds like a jingle. Andrew Gnome's Trucking Express.
So the werewolf section, if you want to consider it the werewolf section, begins on page 18 of this medical, these letters between these gentlemen. And once again, it's here you go. You got first, FIRS with the weird letter T. So you can tell that this was written in the 1700s. So you got to kind of go through some of this language. So it says, we find in this author first account of a strange and surprising distemper. So distemper, we know as dogs when they have to get shots and they're foaming at the mouth and possibly rabies. They get distemper shots.
Yeah, I think some humans need distemper.
They do. So I don't know what if these are Latin words for werewolf or for mad dog, or I didn't get to the point where I looked that up.
They're a mad dog disease now.
Well, I mean, that's how you become a
Mad cow disease, mad dog disease.
So it says a species of melancholy and madness, or I think it says madness. Why would you put an F and an S together if that's madness?
Can you show the text on the screen?
Oh, I wasn't. I'm sorry. I thought I was showing it.
Thank you, Robin.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm kind of multitasking, watching the store.
I thought I already had it on the screen. I'm sorry, everybody. So let me go back to where I started so you can see the title page. I thought I was showing it this whole time. Or was it just that part I wasn't showing? Did I show any of it?
Look what Lori said.
What?
Well, we saw that part. Yeah, we saw this one.
All right. So is this when I started reading the text?
Yeah.
I didn't have that on there.
We saw this. Right.
All right. So 1727 history of
PHY.
Look up J Friend MD. All right. So now we'll go back. We'll go back to this.
All right. Get caught up here.
Wherever I was. Make sure I show it. All right.
Dum dum dum. Yeah.
This says we find in this author's the first account of strange and surprising distemper. Then I started reading a species of melancholy and madness. Then I said, why is the F and the S two different symbols for this in the same word? That's even more complexing to me. Why would they choose the?
Oh, the F kind of has a little tail thingy.
So to me, you got the letter. If that's madness, you got two S's, one normal S and whatever that S. I don't know. Whatever.
When people
I guess I will just leave this big, I guess.
When people say English is hard to understand, this is definitely kind of hard.
English is hard to understand.
What? No spittle?
Yeah.
No spittle in the mouth instead of spit. No spittle.
Yeah, spittle is a technical worm for
no spittle.
Saliva.
Right. Well, I've told the kids stop piddling.
All right,
no spittling.
You're doing good. Go ahead and keep reading.
No spittling. No spittling allowed.
You hear that, Blazer? No spittling.
No spittling.
So the madness which he describes thus: the persons affected go out of their houses in the nighttime and in everything imitate wolves, wandering through the sepulchres. So they're talking about going through the graveyards, the cemeteries, sepulchres of the dead till daybreak. So they're out there all night long, wandering around the cemeteries. And these are people that in everything imitate wolves. You may know them by their symptoms. Their looks are pale, their eyes are heavy, hollow, dry, without the least moisture of a tear. Their tongue extremely parched and dry, no spittle in the mouth, extreme thirst. Their legs from the falls and the bruises they receive, full incurable sores and ulcers. So they evidently have bumps and I don't know what I want to say. Abrasions and
poor Robin.
What?
She's closing her curtains now. Too scary.
But this doesn't say anything about going out in the countryside, like in England or Michigan or, where they're going out in the farmlands or the countrysides. This is saying that they hang out in the cemeteries amongst the dead from whatever hour at night till daybreak.
I need my blankie. Robin. Your security blankie.
So they have sores and ulcers on them, so you may not want to touch them because they might have pus and blood, and whatever else comes out.
No hugs.
No hugs for the werewolf. No love for the werewolf. So this is I'm assuming this is like a Greek or Latin atheist gives the very same description with from very little variation, only calls it. So they must be getting these from older text. So I think that's like Latin. We'd have to look it up to see what those. I need to look it up to see what those words are. So, and it says observes its prevails most in February. So now it's saying they only their highest moment or the most that this occurs is in February. So they hang out at dark until day in the cemeteries and most prevalent in February. So what's up with that month? Why February? Anybody? You? Jane?
Mm-hmm.
Why February? Why only cemeteries?
Dead of the winter?
So now that this book says that they hang out in cemeteries, and in February, when was Jessica's video that she shows where that dog man's digging up that grave?
Wow. Yeah.
Was it February?
Dead of the winter?
Was it? It looked like it was pretty nice out, but it could have been cold. I don't know. It wasn't a cemetery. But I don't know if it really says why they hang out in cemeteries. Maybe it says it later in the text. So anyway, this goes on just like the other one. We might have to break it down. But that first part definitely. So anyway, going back. So here once again, it describes them as they look pale, their eyes heavy, hollow, dry, without least moisture of a tear, their tongues exceedingly parched and dry, no spittle in the mouth, extreme thirst, their legs from the falls and bruises they receive, full of incurable sores and ulcers. So it says incurable. Why would they be incurable? You can cure. Maybe they couldn't do it in the 1700s. Were they cancerous? I don't know. Why would they say incurable sores and ulcers? So it says this Edius gives the very same definition or description, with some little variation. So now I want to know what he says. We need to find the original, to see what he says about him. That is so weird that they hang out. Where was that at? The persons affected go out of their houses in the nighttime. So this says in the nighttime. And in everything imitate wolves and wander among the sepulchres of the dead till daybreak. And then it says, and observes its prevails most in February. So they're most noticed and happen during February. So here it says this author who lived under Adrian and M. Antomus, who wrote 42 books concerning distempers. So, how much of those 42 books talk about werewolves, I wonder? Or were cows, or were lions, tigers?
Oh, where, oh, where?
Where? And it's 1 o'clock already.
Past 1 o'clock.
So, here's another picture of the same book, this in pamphlet form. So you can find the same book. This has kind of a green tint to it for some reason. I don't know why. But it's the exact same book, same text. So once again, if you want to look this one up, history of sick or of medicine.
Dr. Friend.
Dr. Friend. So it seems made up, don't it? J Friend, MD, and Dr. Mead. So it says part 1, containing all the Greek writers.
Dwarf's taking a break too, Lori.
Taking a break from what? Us?
Well, they said Blazer went to get his blankie. He hasn't been in chat for a while. Lori says it's only 10. Where's Dwarf? You might still be listening.
Maybe.
Sometimes he does this thing and just lurks and listens.
So it says, so this is the 4th edition. This one, I don't know what would the other one say?
I knew he was here. Hi, Dwarfy.
So there's other editions, evidently. Some account of the life and writings of the author and new Copicius Index of Authors quoted medicines, diseases, and cures. So this was printed in London. So the other one, what did it say? It says the beginning of the 16th century, chief with regards to practice and discourse written, Dr. Mead. Part 1 contains the Greek, the 3rd edition. So this one was the 3rd edition.
Greek,
London,
right?
printed in 1727. So the green one doesn't say, it says 4th edition, or it doesn't say a date.
Bino. Welcome in, Bino.
So I don't know. We probably won't go through much of this tonight. I just wanted to bring it up, and especially the definition and some of the characteristics of what this guy was saying a werewolf was, the cemeteries and no spittle.
Lions, tigers, and spiders. Lori, somebody say spiders?
So then we had the other book that you got, like, if anybody's just now getting here, we talked about and read just a little bit out of this one. So we got another whole book that we can take chapters out of. Werewolves by Elliot O'Donnell. And that was 1914, I believe, was the title page of that one. And then I found, once again, some drawings in some old books, not these medical journals. of what they are saying are werewolves. So this might go back to St. Christopher, obviously, because there's a monk, and
It makes you wonder if they call dogmen werewolves.
I don't know. Maybe it's dogmen, maybe the dog-headed people.
That's what I'm
That
kind of
that
thinking.
doesn't look like a person. That looks like an animal, a wolf, or a. So I'm assuming these are werewolves. I don't know. What do you think?
That dude is green on his face.
He is green. Really? I don't know.
Good night, Bino. You just came in here. Hi, bye. Good night, Bino.
Maybe he's been listening this whole time.
Ew.
So here's another one. For whatever reason, you got. Whoops. You got this wolf or whatever tearing people apart. It looks like it's inside the courtyard while they're torturing people outside the courtyard. Got spectators doing something bad to this guy. Maybe they got him captured and he's a werewolf.
Making him turn
He's
into
in
a
human
werewolf.
form, but his buddy over here is tearing people apart over here. What do you think? What is this
That's
telling
wild.
us? So these are once again from a medieval manuscript, a 16th century manuscript. Johann Jacob Wick. It says werewolf, 16th century.
Well, good night, Amy.
Night, Amy.
Thank you for hanging out.
It's after 1:00 now. I don't know how much longer we're going to stay. I don't think we're going to read much more of that.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep on doing the werewolves next Friday. We do have storms rolling in here in about 15, 20 minutes.
Probably got to get the doggy out.
It's getting closer.
So I'm assuming this guy is being tortured because he's in human form, but it's being perceived as a werewolf. Or he was this guy, and over here they're showing him being tortured or because of what he did. I don't know. So either there's two of them happening at the same time, or this thing turned back into a human, and this guy, he was captured, and now they're disciplining him or torturing him, just kind of like they did with the Salem witch trial. But this is 16th century manuscript. All right. What do you think?
Dum dum dum. Yeah, I got 2 cameras pointing to the storm now.
Oh.
Yeah, Lori said I'll watch the cameras. Y'all watch 24 cams. Nice sky view. It looks like we're going to have storms on and off until early morning. So nobody wants to sleep tonight. Yeah, you can watch the lightning unless we lose power.
Hey, everybody that wants to stay up and go hang out and
so we'll stay on as long as we got connection. The lights.
I don't know. Well, yeah, the 24/7. I don't know how many.
The lights flickered the other night with one of the storms, but we didn't lose anything.
So we didn't get. Let me see this. I'll bring this up real quick. I'll actually show the PDF. So this is the Book of Werewolves, and this is actually in PDF. Usually I take screen captures so it's easier to show. So this says 1966, British Museum, I think 1966, I believe. So there's a picture of the werewolf. The Book of Werewolves and the Account of a Terrible Superstition by Sabine Baring Gold. So this says 1865, but that mark on the book said so that must have been maybe when it was put in a library or Library of Congress or something, because this says 1865.
Corn Hill.
So you can look this up at Library of Congress, The Book of Werewolves by Sabine Baring Gold. And I'm sure we'll talk about it more on another Friday night. 1865. So here's the contents. Lycanthropy among the ancients. So this has Virgil, Herodotus, Pliny, or Pliny. It says the definition of I have a hard time saying it. Lycanthropy. I can't even say it now. I was saying it perfect earlier. Anyway, werewolf. They're werewolf in the North, Norse traditions, the origin of the Scandinavian werewolf. So this would be the bear and wolf skin. So that'd be the berserker. So they're saying the berserkers were werewolves.
Hmm.
The werewolf in the Middle Ages. So this book will tell you all the stories and folklore and stuff of what was going on and all these different. So here's a chapter of horror. Here's Jean Grenier on the sand dunes. A wolf attacks Marguerite Poirier. Jean Grenier brought to trial. So this guy's a werewolf and he attacks somebody and he's brought to trial. So it tells you all about that. Folklore relating to werewolves, English folklore, Devonshire, and it goes all the way through all these Danish, the Serbs, Russians, about their tales of werewolves, natural causes. So this is going to be another book that has a lot of information, whether it's all folklore or maybe it's true. I don't know. Here's Buddhism, the connection of soul and body, Buddhism. So this is the mythical origin of the werewolf myth. Transmigration of souls. Natural phenomena, thunder, lightning, and clouds. So since it says lightning, what about that dog? Was it a werewolf that came in through the storm? Was it a werewolf traveling through a storm, or was it actually a dog? Here's origin of the dragon. So that's mixed in. Dragons, a water spout, legends of Typhoeus.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi, Shelley. So you go through this, and it's all stories and cases about werewolves. And there's a lot of them. Here, right now, we're at 238, page 238. And a sermon on werewolves. Discourses of Dr. John Gielier, the sermon remarks. A sermon on werewolves. So you can go all through this. There's a preface that talks about all the book itself. Several interesting subjects connected to lycanthropy, such as metamorphosis, innate cruelty, hallucinations, which could be touched upon, indicating the following pages without being thoroughly investigated, may be a fragmentary character to this book. So you can download this just like I did as a PDF, or you can take screen captures like I did, so it's easier to go through. But so here it says the first of a series on popular superstitions and trustees on marine monsters as mermaids, sea serpents, vampires. So this guy wrote several books on different things, including marine monsters, sea serpents, mermaids, vampires, wild huntsmen, the wandering Jew. Well, that'd be an interesting one.
Hmm.
So here's chapter 1 of the werewolves. So this is basically a story. I shall never forget the walk I took one night in Vienna after having accomplished the examination of an unknown druidical relic, Pierre Lebert, Lebier, Lon Riddell of, and I'm going to Champagne, learned the existence of Cromwalk. Only on my arrival at Champigny that afternoon, I started to visit a curiosity without calculating the time it would take to me to reach and return. Suffice, I discovered the venerable pile of gray stones as the sun set, and I expended the last lights of the evening in planning and sketching. I turned and faced homeward. My walk of about 10 miles had wearied me. Coming at the end of a long day's posting, I had lamed myself scrambling over stones and Gaulish relic. So now he's sore and tired and can't hardly walk. A small hamlet was at no great distance, and I betook myself thither in hopes of hiring a trap to convey me to the post house, but I was disappointed. Few in the place could speak French, and the priest, when I applied to him, assured me that he believed there was no better conveyance in the place than a common charrue or chateau. I'm going to say charrue, and the solid wooden wheels. So he's telling him to sleep the night in the wooden wheels. Nor was riding horse to be procured. So there was no riding horse. So he couldn't get a horse to go back. The good man offered to house me that night, but I was obliged to decline as my family intended starting early in the following morning. Out spake then the mayor, Monsieur can never go back to night across the flats because of the, and his voice dropped. Loups Garouge. Yeah. Loups Garou. So that'd be wolf, right? Loops is wolf. I don't know. Or tiger wolf. I don't know. He said this that he must return, replied the priest and Petios, but I will go with him. Ah, McClure, it is very, very well for one of us accompany him, but think of him coming back alone. Then the two must go with him, said the priest, and you can take care of each other as you return. Baku tells me that he saw the werewolf only this day's night, said the peasant, and he was down by the hedge of the buckwheat field, and the sun had set, and he was thinking of coming home, and he heard rustle in the far side of the hedge. That makes me think of Fleetwood Mac, where it says you hear a bustle or rustling in the hedge. He looked over, and there stood a wolf as big as a calf against the horizon, his tongue out and his eyes glaring like marsh fires. Mon Dieu, catch me going over the Marias tonight. Why, what could two men do if they were attacked by a wolf fiend? In his tempting province, and one of the elders of the village, no man must expect the help of God if he throws himself willingly into the way of danger. It is not so, Leclerc. I heard you say as much from the pulpit on this first Sunday in Lent, preaching from the gospel. That is true. Observed several shaking their heads, shaking their heads. His tongue hanging out and his eyes glaring like marsh fires, said the confident Epicu. Mind you, if I met the monster, I should run, quoth another. I quite believe you, Cortez. I would answer for that. You would say the mayor. As big as a calf, through Percu's friend. If the loup-garou were only a natural wolf, then you would see the mayor cleared his throat. You see that you should think nothing of it, but McClure is a fiend. So M.L. Leclerc, it is a fiend. A worse than fiend, a man fiend, a worse than man fiend, a man wolf fiend. So what is the young monsieur to do? Asked the priest. Never mind. Said, I have been quietly listening to Pateos, and which I understand. Never mind. I will walk back myself and meet the loup-garou. I will crop his ears and tail and send them to Emilia Marie with my compliments. I don't know about this story. What do you guys think so far?
I'm getting lost.
You're getting lost? Well, I guess maybe it's something you need to read yourself, but it goes through and talks about this whole story of experiencing this werewolf and people talking about the stories of the werewolf. And this is only the introduction. This is a story and introduction. Then it goes into all kinds among the ancients, the change of a man or woman into the form of a wolf, even through magical means, as to enable him or her to gratify the taste for human flesh through judgment of gods and punishment of some great offense. So it goes all the way through, and if you guys want to look this up, I'm sure we'll probably talk about it again. And you can find that in the Library of Congress. So there you go. I think my voice is about shot for the night.
3.5 hours.
So what do you guys think of the werewolf stories tonight? You guys going to go get the books? Going to look at them, or wait for me to read them bit by bit to you?
Robin's probably already downloaded the PDF.
She probably has. She's always on top of it. So I think that's pretty cool. One of a medical book talks about men acting like wolves, so it's a whole chapter on werewolves and how they act. Yeah, good to see you, Shelly.
It's zipping right now.
Yes, I downloaded. So yeah, you can find all those books, Library of Congress, and I think in some archives, the archives library. So we found well, like I said, I saw at least 4 or 5 books, but I only downloaded, I think, the medical journal and the 2 books so far. And like I said, it would take us all night, even longer than now, just to get, if we actually read the whole book. So we're talking 200-300 pages in each book.
Start narrating on the 24/7 channel.
So there you go. I thought that was interesting. Werewolves seem to be coming up a lot. Jessica just had a show talking about werewolves, and I happened to find these books, and I think I sent one. And there's also, I was going to tell it tonight, but we kind of ran out of time. But out of Michigan, there's a case of Joe Barger, a truck driver that encountered a werewolf while he was trucking. So I was going to tell that story, but maybe that'll be next week. So if you guys want to look it up, you can look up Joe Barger, truck driver from Michigan encounters a werewolf or dogman. They say werewolf, but some people say dogman. Oh, October. Yeah, Halloween.
Man, it's gonna be October before we know it.
That's like werewolf season, isn't it?
It's gonna be October before we know it. We're halfway through August already. Oh, it's almost September.
So if anybody finds any good pictures of werewolves or stories or dogmen or vampires, we talked about all of it tonight. I wonder if werewolves like pumpkin spice.
Psh.
Since it's going to be werewolf season when pumpkin spice is out, we talked about that in vampires. So anyway, we usually, I don't know, we get in depth on Friday night sometimes. Sometimes we just have fun and show stuff. But tonight we kind of got a little in depth in what a werewolf is and what they said about it. And I don't know, maybe somebody will have us on their show talking about werewolves sometime. Who knows? At least we got a little bit of information to share besides some of the stories we know about werewolves. Yeah, Abe's books. That's a good place to go. Abe's books are expensive, though. The Gutenberg Project. Preserving books. That's where a lot of those Bibles that I find come from. Library of Congress or people that have preserved books. And I don't know. I just Benno, I just happen to stumble on some of this stuff sometimes. Like something will come up, something will pique my interest. And the next thing you know, I'm looking through archives and medical journals, and then all of a sudden you go down this other rabbit hole. Like who would ever thought reading or skipping through a medical journal and all of a sudden you come across a chapter of werewolves,
right?
Dealing with men acting as wolves. But anyway, I guess that's my fun. I guess that's what I like to do sometimes. All right, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you again Sunday, or we're going to have Mike Smith. We're going to be talking about dogmen and Bigfoot and LBL and other stuff where he likes to investigate. And you may have seen him on Jessica the Cryptid Hunters channel. So I invited him on our channel and he graciously said yes. And so we're going to have him on Sunday. So that'll be 7 p.m. Central. So maybe we'll get into werewolves talking with Mike. I don't know.
No.
We'll have to see.
All right, guys. Much love.
Yep. Love you guys. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for hanging out and chat and keeping it light and sometimes a little heavy. Sometimes we got into some good subjects and not all fun and games, but it's all interesting, and we'll see you next time. Keep looking up.
Keep your vibrations high.
Love you guys. See you next time.